Smooth. It's time. Get that list. Get that list ready. I'm ready for it. We're ready for it. Niners. Rams. Congratulations. Listen, by the way, if you guys are concerned about us feeling bad over here in Ninerville, I'm delighted he's coming back. First of all, you had to pay him. You still got to pay him, which is going to hurt your chances to get any free agents. And secondly, and most importantly, I do not want the 49ers beating up on your team minus Matthew Stafford. And then you'll have that out. You'll be able to say, well, Stafford would have been here. No. And by the way, let me get one thing clear with you people. Last year, the 49ers donated a couple of games to you. Your record wouldn't even been as good as it was, okay? So the 49ers donated that to you last year. There won't be no donations this year. What are the odds of most of my stars being out again this season as they were last season? You're getting your ass kicked, okay? So just look forward to that. I don't care who you bring back. Oh, by the way, I'm watching the replay of the combine. I didn't catch it. They're running 4 threes like they're going out of style. Cornerbacks, but that does not necessarily translate into being a good cornerback. Is that another? Okay. Most of them are running 4 5s. But anyway, our talent search for 2025 is underway. NFL scouting combine. 49ers are targeting tight ends and cornerbacks. And that was yesterday. No, that's today. Yeah. Watching now. Today, the Niners scouts, personnel directors, and front office chiefs will all be looking to see what prospects can be considered from what can be judged from the athletic display of NFL hopefuls, first from the collegiate ranks. The Niners have revealed the need for adding a tight end. Also, with the impending departure of Charvarius Ward to free agency, San Francisco will be looking to fill the void left by his exit. You can't. Renardo's still key. He got hurt a couple times last year. Don't know if he's built up that callous shit that's going to keep him on the field. He's got to develop that as he goes along, but he's a good ball player. I got all the faith in the world in him, though. Oh, hell, he can play out of the way. As long as Jair Brown isn't running over him in the middle of a play. Jair, listen, man, you got to have a better year than you did last year. You pissed me off on several different occasions. Not only that play, but some others. Get it together, man. Come on now. Come on. Let's go. So to the phones we go as the annual NFL Scouting Combine continues. It's day 2. Let's discuss some of the known and unknown talents the Niners may be focused on. Oh, I love this time of year. These guys come out here wearing these little panties and things, and we make assessments. This is, by the way, do not get carried away with any conclusions of what you're seeing here with all this athleticism. It doesn't always translate to a good football player. In fact, some of the worst athletes we've ever seen in this combine have gone on to do great things. It's everybody's favorite example. Tom Brady. Tom has no athleticism whatsoever. And he's now one of the all-time greatest quarterbacks ever. Go figure. Let's go to top quotes. Greg Papa said earlier today on Bay Area radio station KNBR, we invited John to come on today. We thought he'd come on. But John actually flew back to the Bay Area today. The Niners don't have a single coach here in Indianapolis. The 49ers must have somebody represented, but what does that take? See, I read between the lines. I said, the 49ers, they were there yesterday for the defensive backs, weren't they? How come they're not hanging around to wait for the offensive linemen? I told you. I could be wrong, but I told you. John Lynch loves him some beast coming off that defensive line. They seen all they wanted to see. Defense, and, of course, tight end, because they're serious about that as well, and cornerbacks. We don't have any needs after that, they don't think. Of course, that could be exaggerated because fact is, fam, John, like a lot of people involved in the part of the seasonal process, will watch the remainder of the workouts on TV. All workout data is quickly distributed to teams. Staying for the full event isn't really necessary. They can get all they need. But, I would think they'd want to stay around there. In this case, the 49ers aren't making any deals with anybody unless somebody walks over and says, hey, John, let me talk to you, man. What? Yeah. You want a deal, Debo? Shh, come on over here. Come on, let's go. What? Are you serious? You know the situation, right? Yeah. You got to pick up a lot of things. We're not. Can you reduce that cap for us? John, I want Debo Samuel like a bat. I mean, I'm telling you, we want him. Okay, listen, let's have lunch tomorrow. The 49ers are not going to get rid of Debo easily. And as I said, it's cheaper to keep him. It's cheaper to keep him. No, we're not getting rid of Debo until June 1st. And if a team is smart, they're not going to trade for Debo. Why? Well, unless they want priority one access to him. Otherwise, why don't you wait till June 1st when he walks, and then he'll come and make his choice. If he likes you, he'll come on over. If not, I guess you don't get him. But the Niners team representatives have met with several tight end prospects today, this week at the Combine. They've been out there for days. I guess the 49ers have seen and talked to everybody they need to talk to, too. Tight end Jake. Hey, by the way, you know how ignorant I am about football, college and football players. Tight end Jake Bringenstool, Clemson. Tight end C.J. Dupree, Bama. Harold Fannin Jr., Bowling Green. Tight end Colston Loveland, Michigan. Now, I did look at that around a little bit, and I did see, this dude, man, like this dude, he's got 49 written all over him. And also tight end Mason Taylor, LSU. Anytime you look at SEC, you're looking at something good. But fam, I got the top dog in this group and ranked by many because I've checked him out. Mason is, Colton is like the number one prospect. I knew I was looking at something awfully good. It's out of Michigan. Lovett has been projected to land with the Chargers though at number 22 overall. 22. Now, see, I know what you're thinking, because I was thinking the same thing. Now, priorities need to be kept. You don't get a tight end in the first round, do you? Unless he is the best player available. If the best offensive tackles are gone, if the meanest defensive lineman is gone, I know, right? You should get a cornerback. It's always about the defense, fam. We're not going to get him. I don't understand how the Broncos can get him at number 20, 22, unless they got another first-round pick. Do you pick up a tight end in the first round if you're just blessed in the trenches? So anyway, Loveland has been one of the most popular players projected to go to the Chargers. I'm sorry, the Chargers. I got it mixed up. I got somebody else going to the Chargers. I mean the Broncos. Yeah, Chargers. Man, he's in more than one draft mock too. Pick number 22, Chargers. But fam, do you see this coming? Loveland is there for the taking if the Niners want him, though. Would you do it? Big Show, get in here, man, because I know you. I like the way you think like a wild man when it comes to the draft. Show would pick him up. We know the Niners have been looking to bolster depth behind GK anyway this offseason. The team has brought in how many tight ends the 49ers brought in? Since you look back when GK got picked up, that was an accident. The 49ers should have never found that caliber or quality of a player in the fifth round, right? They did. And now George Kittle is red and gold legend. Who saw it coming? The effort to add a comedy player for All-Pro GK, though, continues to build a Hall of Fame worthy career. He does need a player alongside of him to share the load, especially at this point. I don't want him in line blocking all day, every damn week. I want him out there to prove to everybody, no, Travis Kelce is not the greatest thing in football as far as tight ends. George can give him a run for his money. Killed top 1,000 receiving yards for the fourth time last season, finishing with 1,106 yards, the second highest total behind his 1,377 back in 2018. Super Bowl year. And for the sake of the Niners, though, beyond easing Kittle's workload, the time to start thinking long-term is now and has been for a while. GK turns 32 in October. Matt Miyako of NBC Sports Bay Area and Matt Barrows of The Athletic have both projected Penn State tight end Tyler Warren to San Francisco in recent mock drafts. I'd imagine he'll be in the second round. He can be found in the second round, I would imagine, right? Fam, what's your opinion on Warren? Is he going to come in and do something that we need, or is he just going to come in and, I mean, Miyako was quoted saying, yes, the 49ers might have bigger needs on the offensive and defensive lines, but there's not another game changer they can take here that compares to the ultra-versatile Warren, unquote. Warren's all that, huh? I saw his tape. I thought he was pretty good, but I didn't know if he's better than. Well, Warren had a standout season for the Lions, recording 104 catches, 1,233 receiving yards, 8 TDs. Recent mock draft projections have Mrs. Warren's baby boy going between number 7 and number 20 in the first round. And, I know. See, this is the thing. Tyler Warren, Arizona Republic. Of course, they're in Arizona, though. Tyler Warren drafted, they're predicting he goes to the Denver Broncos at number 20. I got my guys mixed backwards. We picked before 20. So he is a first-round pick. Although Warren's been quoted as saying he'd love to go to the San Francisco 49ers and kick it with GK. He isn't interested in going to Denver. The Strama Bills. Niners are terrible when it comes to selecting tight ends, fam. You know, that's why I'm worried about 2023. They picked Cameron Latu in the 3rd round and Braden Willis in the 7th. I thought one of them would be worth the damn. Latu was no longer even on the roster. Didn't Latu, was he with the Chiefs or Eagles? Must have been the Eagles. Because remember we were joking after, Latu got a ring already. Get the hell out of San Francisco and get a ring. Shut up! Shut it! And Willis has played just 73 offensive snaps in 2 seasons. There is reason to at least entertain the thought that they might pick up a tight end in the first round. George Kittle is 32. He cannot play for 5 more years. So Niners. Cornerback is also on the list of things to be done. The Niners also met with several cornerback prospects at the Combine, including Brandon Adams, UCF, Zy Alexander, LSU. Zy is one of them 4'3" dudes. He looks razor thin, though. Kobe Bryant, that's spelled Cobee, Kansas. Max Harrison, Kentucky. Tommy Hill, Nebraska. Good program there. Although Nebraska hasn't done anything in years as far as football goes. Will Johnson, Michigan. Jacob Parrish, Kansas State. Quincy Riley, Louisville. Well, Louisville's trying to get back on the map as a basketball school is what they used to be good at. I've noticed Will Johnson on a couple of mocks, so but Lockdown Willie Will is projected to be selected 9th overall in the latest Sports Illustrated NFL mock draft, predicting he will be headed to Nolans. Nolans ain't got no money. They're going to pick him, too, if they get a chance, because they can't even talk to anybody. They may lose. Man, we may be able to pick up. Oh, man, you know what, fam? Anyway, unless the Niners make a move in free agency, cornerback remains a major need into the 2025 NFL draft. Because we're losing Charvarius Ward with this matter. It's a serious matter. You got Demo on one side, Bernardo on the other. Trey Avery, who is that? Those other guys that played for us last year that came in, I don't know if they're coming back again. They had 1-year contracts. What is Nolan's just got rid of? What is that dude's name? You know what? Fam, look for the 49ers to make a hit on Anton. What's that? Wait, I'll have his name. Let me finish this up here, though. Will Johnson is number 3 ranked cornerback on Pro Football Focus's big board. Maybe in play for the fam if he falls to them at number 11. You know what? There is that. That's the guy. If he falls to 11, the 49ers are going to go ahead and abort the lineman. I'll bet you they do. We were surprised Ricky Pearsall was brought in and fitted in red and gold armor right quick. Blew everybody's mind, right? Who's y'all? Then we go get OT. Ricky Pearsall. Who? What? Why? You know, the first reaction. And then, you know, so brace yourself, fam. Get ready for that. See, because I still think defensive lineman Mason Graham, boy, that boy's got a club, don't he? When he comes off that line of scrimmage, if you don't get out the way, he will knock your brains out. I just checked that out. Ooh, that's a mean dude. He skipped most of the drills in scouting combine, though. Graham's agent, Ryan Matha, told Ian Rappaport of NFL Media that his client will only do the bench press while he's in Indy. Graham will do the rest of his drills at Michigan's Pro Day workout. And 49ers show up there, you better believe something's up. Graham is projected to be one of the first players off the board. We ain't got no shot at it, but these things just happen by accident, if nothing else. Mason is a feeling he needs to show teams much more than he did anyway. Biggest win of his final collegiate season, saying this, quote, I feel just rolling out Ohio State film, that's all you need to see, really. Shit. Look at you talking poo-poo. Dude, I see y'all watch you. I'll watch you in a 49er uniform. I said, you're kind of nasty, ain't you? Okay, come on in here. Abdul Carter. Fam, the guys I watch, outstanding Penn State edge rusher. I took him away from he has a problem with his right foot, though. Doctors have advised Carter against having foot surgery, according to his agent. Carter has a stress reaction in his right foot and was facing the possibility of surgery after tests revealed the injury as Wednesday. But after undergoing further scans on his foot, Carter will work out at Penn State's Pro Day, March 28th, according to his agent, Drew Rosenhaus, who now considers a stress reaction to be a non-factor in Carter's draft stock. Drew. You know damn well that's not true. I understand your case. You got to get him in this draft right now. But don't be lying, man. A lot of us know better. Carter's potentially the first overall pick in this NFL draft. What? See, because edge rushers wouldn't be the first time an edge rusher went first. God, this is going to be a dramatic. I can. What? Oh, man. You know what, though? 49ers. What is that, dude? Asante Samuel, right? Fam. He's going to get a lot of attention, though. If Asante's walking, and I think he is because they don't have any money in Nolans. They have to go. I understand they're setting up a GoFundMe account just to help them out. They are in serious trouble and in arrears under the cap. They're way above it. Asante, I agree with ESPN. He would be the perfect match. To put back there if he can. And he's going to cost money. I don't know. We were going to find Charvarius. Charvarius is leaving not because of he didn't like the 49ers, because he made clear he did like the 49ers. Boy, there goes Caleb Ransaw. Another 4-3. And he looked like it was no effort whatsoever. There's some speedy quarterbacks in this. Ooh, God. Let's get all over your family. I had some questions. What were the questions? Would you do it? Tight end, first round. Forego all the things that are seriously important to get a tight end. You got two choices, actually, because both of them are going below 20, according to projection. Smooth, I know you ready. Come on in, Smooth. Get in here, man.
What's up, Ronbo?
Smooth, man. I'm sitting there watching these 4-3 dudes darting down the track, man. That's how it is nowadays, man. The cornerbacks, remember, Smooth, we had one in Ambry Thomas, but he just couldn't play no ball.
Right.
So I don't know if we're going that route again. Smooth, what are you thinking, man?
Well, I was watching. I got kind of late start, so I was watching some of the NFL Combine, and I saw enough because the day that they had the tight ends and DBs, which I wanted to see, then I'll catch the receivers. So I'm not really going to grade them until I see what they do with their workouts. But for us, the tight ends, if we can't get let me see where he at.
Warren?
Yeah. Penn State, Warren. We can't get Warren. If we really want Warren, like I said, we really want him.
You can get him.
Because people say, we can't get him. We can't get him. We can draft up. We have a lot of ammo. We can move up and draft him.
He's projected to last past He's projected to last.
Hey, what about
11.
Landon Johnson though?
Oh well, yeah, but Langston Johnson.
What?
Yeah, Steve
I'm
mentioned.
telling you, this draft. Yeah, okay. This draft is deep. That's why I said the Niners at 11 move up, stay where they at, or move back for more draft capital. They don't have to do anything. And you made a statement saying wasn't nobody there at the Indianapolis to watch.
Yeah,
they already did their homework. Didn't I tell you about that big board?
Yeah.
A couple of segments back, I mentioned that. I said the Niners, they already did their due diligence, right? They don't have to be there. They know what they want.
They just came to talk to who they wanted to talk to.
They already talked to everybody they need to talk to. And last time they talked to some players, they ended up drafting those players and bringing them in. So what I'm saying is the Niners don't have to do anything. They can stay put. They can't go wrong because whoever they pick is going to be a need. It's going to fill a need. Now, tight end, now it'd be easy for me if I was GM. I look at our key players. How they been? Let's see. Kittle, he's what? Kittle's what? 30 what? He's 31.
Yeah, Kittle's gonna. His 32nd birthday's coming up in October.
Okay, all our blue chip players that we have, all our Pro Bowlers, look at their age. We have to, if that's what you need to keep the chain going, moving, draft another tight end. Then Kittle
let him
go play
learn
another
under
2
George.
years.
Yeah.
That's it. Because Warren, he wants to go to a West Coast system.
He wants to go to 49ers. He's actually been quoted saying, yeah.
Because he's an all-do tight end. He's an all-do tight end. You can move him anywhere. Blocker, you move him H-back, you move him around. He got the size. He's the perfect fit tight end. But if you can't get him at tight end, and you want to go defensive back, in order that I have right here, I have Will Johnson, 4'3", 6'2", 202. Mentioned him before, Michigan. Like I said, he reminded me of Richard Sherman. Remember I mentioned that? He has Deion Sanders instincts. I go with him. If not, then after that, I will go Maxwell Harrington, which he ran today, a 4.29 out of Kentucky.
That was him, 4.29. Breaking that
6'1", Okay, he ran the 4.3. He was disgusted, so he ran another one. He said, I know I can do better than that. Second time he ran the 4.2, which I know he ran the 4.2 because when he ran that 4.3, I was like, damn, what did he run the 4.3 for? I guess it was nerves.
Hey, what's his name again?
His name is Maxwell Harrison.
Max Harrison, Kentucky.
4'2".
Yeah, I see him.
Kentucky. Yeah. And then if you want to go bigger,
by the way,
right. But if you want to go to a bigger, defensive back, you would go for, let's see, where is he? Oh, yeah, here you go. Darren Porter, Iowa State, 4'3", flat, 6'4", 200.
Ooh, we could run a 4.3. Is that height?
Yes.
Oh my God!
And I didn't have him high on my board. I had him around about the third round. But since he ran that, I thought he was going to run about in the 4.5s. And then he can, with that height and everything, yeah. But when he ran that 4.3,
that kind of length, he ruined some lanes.
I moved out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I moved him to, I say about the end of the first round, early second round. But that's what I'm saying. This draft is so deep, the Niners don't have to reach. They can get everything they want in this draft to rebuild their dynasty, bro. Everything is in this draft. This is the draft right here. I think it's going to be this deep. So I looked at the offensive line that we need, center, nose tackle, run stopper. Everything's right here. Safety, Zaire Brown. If you don't get his act together, hey, you want to move him? We can move him or sit him, whatever. This draft is deep. We can get everything in this draft, everything. And we have 10 picks. Can't go wrong, bro.
And so it sounds like you're saying things like maybe we should trade down to pick up some more picks.
We can do that. We'll rebuild this dynasty like, bruh. Trust me. I don't just say things to be saying it. And if they hit on the players that I saw, especially those sleepers, it's a lot of sleepers. In small schools, it's a lot of sleepers.
Always.
People ain't even talking about.
Yeah, but see, the Niners. If you're not a golden boy,
go ahead.
If you're not a golden boy going to one of the schools like in the SEC or Stanford or something, You're a great player, and you're probably better than some of the Golden Boys, but you ain't gonna get no love, no attention, no commercial reflection. I mean, just they're not gonna buy your family a wardrobe on the run through the red carpet. It's comical.
Right. And Ronbo, I'm gonna tell you this, bro. I am not nervous or panicking about anything. And if I'm not panicking and bringing you what I'm saying and just what I'm hearing, bro, I'm telling you, bro. 49 fans, people, you don't have nothing to worry about. You have nothing to worry about. Niners got this. They can't go wrong. Whoever they pick, they can't go wrong. And the draft picks after that, the second and third and going on, they're going to kill it. Especially in the later rounds, in the third and fourth and fifth round, they're going to kill it. They're sleepers. They go for all the sleepers at. And running back, it's going to be like Christmas.
They are interested in running backs too. Yeah.
But see, everybody's locked on all these big name college players because that's all they're talking about on ESPN and all these big networks. But I'm telling you, after that, you think it's going to be a drop off? Maybe in past draft years, but not this one. Not this one.
Smooth,
names you never heard of. You'll be like, who is this guy? Once you're on that football field, you can say, oh yeah.
Or you know what I really like better? Right. When I didn't know who that guy was or never heard of him, and you look at me, who is this? Yeah. How did he drop to the third round? I love saying every year. I love the
Niners keeping us in the dark, in suspense. You know what I'm saying? Keeping it real quiet, just like did McCaffrey. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nobody saw that coming.
I mean, none of the players had an idea. Who was that? Right. Fred Warner was like somewhere, and somebody told him, hey, Fred, you guys just picked up Chris McCaffrey. Fred said, stop lying, man. And then Fred found out about it.
Everybody started blowing up his phone and everything.
It's hilarious. What a great way to get surprised.
Yeah. But offensive tackle, another one is Charles Grant, William and Mary. I mentioned him too.
Yeah, the other day.
They can get him. They can get him in the third. They can get him in the third too.
And Smooth, one thing the thing is, there's an abundance of talents in every round. I mean, they got too many. You can't get everybody in the first round. Man. They're going to overflow into the second and third round. When I looked at all the defensive tackles and edge rushers yesterday, I said, "Damn! We can. I know we can get him. All I can do, it's like you're at a mall and you're just shopping through and you want everything in there, right? There was about 14 guys. Right. Ooh, yes.
But you would think this would be hard for me. But with all these stars and all these just sitting around, gyms just sitting around, man, it's easy for me. That's what I'm saying. It's like we can't go wrong. Yeah. I don't have to look like 2 years back and looking at the draft like, damn, this is gonna be hard. Who should we get? But here, you got all your Christmas gifts right there.
Hey, fam, 4th and 5th round.
December.
4th and 5th round. Those are magic rounds for the 49ers. Mainly
we're gonna make. It's gonna be three. It's gonna be three trades, and the Niners gonna make 3 at the most. If they make 4 more, I'll be surprised. But I'm like three trades, because there's gonna be people that they want, the other teams they're not gonna need, and the Niners go draft up and get them. And what I think I love about this, Kansas City Chiefs, they ain't got the ammunition to move like we move, so I don't even worry about them this season.
Chiefs.
Where we want, we go get.
I can't just see, boy. And they're going to have to re-sign that offensive tackle. The Kansas City Chiefs have ran out of money. So whatever they do has to be walk lightly, boy. Walk lightly.
They're going to have to, they can afford nobody really in free agency. Really.
I know. But, they've got
so
many Super Bowls.
One player, so.
I'll trade our position. 3 Super Bowls. So, Smooth, we gonna roll. And I can't wait to see what you got going on Sunday.
Oh, yeah, I'll be with you. I ain't going nowhere. And draft day, April 24th to 26th. We'll be there. I'll be square.
All right.
All right, Ronbo.
All right, Smooth. Appreciate you, fam. Have a great night.
Have a good one. Always a pleasure. All right, I'm out.
Thanks, fam. What kind of coordination has Travis Hunter got? My God, that's not possible. Travis Hunter up in the air on 2 pads. Pads were up high. The dude is like switching legs in midair. and ain't missing a step. How quick do you have to be to do that? Oh, now I understand why he should. Travis Hunter's pissed off because they called him a cornerback only. I don't know who they're talking about, man, because I'm a wide receiver as well. Bernard Bryant's Stafford deal couldn't get done in Vegas because Kelly Stafford wanted Jimmy G as a backup. Brian, that's just
Ronbo.
That's just meanness. Matty, come on in, man. Bernard Bryant is just.
Hey, buddy, how's it going?
Oh, I tell you, doing great. How you doing, fam? I haven't talked to you. We didn't see you the other day. I just realized. Oh. Yeah.
I just had a long week, man. I switched not too long ago. I switched from. I started making those airplane parts, and I got tired of doing that because it was killing my wrist. I was doing all that carbon fiber making parts, so I'm working on Subarus now.
Check out Matty, right? He got tired of doing airplane parts, and now he's working on Subarus. Matty, you're an amazing man. We're impressed with that.
No, dude, jack of all trades, bro.
I love it. Oh, Matty, we're looking at, you get all excited at the combine. Actually, we probably overreact to the combine because a lot of athleticism guys are leaping 50 feet or 50 inches and up and running 4.2s as we saw today. And
that's crazy.
You know, I seen some linemen yesterday. My mouth was wide. I said, oh, even that kid, that Egyptian kid. I was a fan of his the whole time because he's out there. You know, when they're running drills, right? The coach would be yelling, and the dude was yelling back at him. I was like, what's you guys? What the fuck? I said I want him on our team. He's out of his mind. Any defensive lineman that's out of his mind, I need him. Oh, God.
Oh, it's crazy. I love that, though. It's kind of the mentality you need.
You know?
Just the destroyer.
Right? Wow. But anyway, Matty, tied in the first round. Now, they're out there. George Kittle is getting up there. He's 32 soon.
I don't know, man.
We got maybe 3 more productive years out of George Kittle. But we need a defensive.
That guy plays at such a high level, man.
Oh, he's just amazing. And he can get hurt. The guy's a real Marine out in that field. George puts, let's stick a bullet. No point. Give me a Band-Aid. Let's go. George is like.
Put me back in, coach.
Yeah, there's not that many guys like that. So you want whoever we get, should get him right now so we can learn and model his game after George, his whole persona.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
He's got to have some talent, though, because George has got talent.
I don't know, man, dude. I don't know if that's where we need to spend our first round pick, bro.
I know.
I'm not seeing it.
It's not feasible. I know.
Oh, dude, we talk about it every year, Ronbo.
Every year.
And it seems like every year, we always need bits and pieces everywhere. But, dude, every single year we sit here and we talk about offensive line, dude, and do these guys that do this for a living just not think about this shit, or do they just think we're good in that department?
I know. I mean, we've proven that's not the case. Oh, God.
No, 100%. Gosh, dude. Can you imagine having another Trent Williams on the other side?
Oh, is there one in this draft? Rumor is that there's some that could measure up, but they're going to go early. See, that's the thing about getting some players you want at the sexy picks. Because the offensive lineman and defensive lineman, everybody knows after watching that Super Bowl, if you don't have an offensive line, you're dead meat coming up with the guys that are coming out of school now. If you don't have a defensive rush, you're also going to be dead meat because that quarterback's going to cut you up. What are you going to do?
Yep.
You got to have equal side like the Eagles did last year. They were the model. Howie Rosen, we are not worthy.
Yep.
We're not worthy. God, he's a good GM. But that's what we're up against, Matty.
Well, they've got enough people around Jalen Hurts, man. I think obviously he plays at a high level, dude. But at the same time, maybe I'm crazy, dude, but I don't think he's any better than Brock Purdy. And I just think they've got a really good balanced team over there with the Eagles. Saquon Barkley was a brilliant pickup for them.
I fully agree. People argue with you about that, but Saquon can bench. I mean, he can squat 700 pounds. That's all well and good for the tush push.
Oh my gosh!
But when it comes to being a quarterback, he's okay, but he does a lot of things where he's too late getting the ball out. He didn't see things a lot. I don't know that could be constituted as being one of the best. But he's going to get that ranking now because he's got a Super Bowl.
Yeah. So good for him, whatever. I don't hate the Eagles, man. I think their fans are some of the stupidest fans. They're dumbasses like the Cowboys and the Seahawks, man. They're just garbage fans.
Well, now, wait. Now, be careful. Now, we have a adorable Eagles fan in here.
I didn't realize
the Eagles chick. Don't call her name. Any of the trolls that come in. The Eagles chick. Here's her new name. We don't want anybody to mess with her.
I didn't even know there was one in here.
Yeah, the one that says
crazy.
Eagles chick. Yeah, that's she's formerly known. You know who she is, though. She changed her name to protect herself from the trolls. I can't bounce quick enough.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, there's some dumbasses in here, man. So
got bad upraising. So, I mean, I was raised to respect and protect women. A lot of these guys, I don't know what happened to them.
Absolutely,
they just
100%.
don't get it.
No, it's ridiculous. And it's funny, I haven't been in really in any other chats, but every now and again when I know Rudy's on, I'll go over and give him some crap. But it's so funny, like they're so sensitive over there, dude. Like they'll block you in a heartbeat, dude, and they come over here and talk shit, and you just let them do it.
Because, Matty, we're not insecure. Our people deal with them very well. So if they want their ass kicked, come on
very
over.
much so.
Oh yeah. So
that's the difference between the rooms too, because he doesn't really have a fan base in there, so there's only like 4 people in there. So I guess that makes a difference. That makes sense.
I'm telling you right now, because the thing is, we've got to get better in the trenches. But like what Smooth just pointed out, Matty, there's going to be an overflow of talents second, third round. You're going to be able to pick up some really 5-star picks. I can see it right now. Because I looked at that defensive lineman yesterday.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Ooh, DTs, edge rushers. There's going to be abundance.
Man. Yeah, dude, I wouldn't sleep on the second and third round this year, man. Like, I think you're going to maybe laugh at me, but I don't even think we need an offensive lineman in the first round. But we could. I mean, if we could get a good one, we think it's going to be a solid pick. Yeah, okay, go for it. We want one.
Yeah.
But look how many picks we've picked over the last 5-6 years in the third, fourth round. Well, look at Brock Purdy. Look at George Kittle. Look at there's more. I don't even like Carl's Juszczyk. He was a late round pick, I think. Gosh.
Yeah, well, Juice. No, Juice. We got him from Baltimore. I wonder what round he went in though. Remember, we got him.
Oh, that's
Kyle
right.
brought him over with him
that.
in 2018 or 17.
That's right. That was a good move. He needs to retire, 49er.
Yeah, I know. There's some speculation as to whether he's going to return or not. It was really funny. I saw a big defensive back.
His pay.
I don't know. They already cut his pay last year. I don't understand what they're going to do.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, that seemed kind of silly. Like, they weren't really paying him a bunch anyways.
I know, and I felt bad for Juice because he gracefully accepted the cut
while
others were getting raises.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Like, you should have just left it where it was at. You should have left it where it was at and just restructured it so he still gets it, but you just spread it out a little farther.
Yeah, which is
worse. It sounded like they did that.
They don't want to spread it out, or they don't want to restructure it. It means they may not want him back this year. I don't know.
True.
It didn't seem like he's lost a step or anything to me. We'll see.
No, I think he's good, man. We just need to implement him a little bit more. He's like that secret weapon, man. Nobody's got a Juszczyk.
No.
Nobody's got one, bro.
That's why he's the Pro Bowler.
He's dynamic, man.
Yeah, he's all Pro every year.
Well, I like that dude. I really do. I like him. I like Kittle. Like we've got a really good core of dudes on our team. Like real good quality human beings, dude. Like isn't it nice not having off the field issues?
No, I know, right? Remember during Harbaugh's years? Oh,
yeah.
Every year there was police drama. I'm not just talking
what was
issues.
That?
Police drama. Oh, man. If they're not beating up on
what
women,
was that?
They're having parties are out of control and doing crazy things.
That defensive lineman that went to the Raiders, what was his name again? He was badass, though.
Are you talking about Smith? Alden? Did Alden end up with the Raiders first?
Yeah, Alden Smith.
Yeah, he went to the Raiders first.
Yeah, he went to the Raiders.
He
Makes
ended up
sense.
with somebody else. He went to the Raiders and somebody else, though, right?
Oh, yeah. I think he went from us to the Raiders, though. I think when he could finally get back to playing football, I think he went to the Raiders.
Yeah. Oh, I know. He ended up in Dallas for a few minutes.
Oh, that's right. He did. He played at a high level, man. I think he did himself an injustice, man. Like he had what it took. He just couldn't. I think some of those dudes just don't mentally grow all the way up, and they can't get past the thugging and the I gotta be a badass.
I know,
like, dude, you're a professional football player now. Act like it.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, you could be a badass.
Go be it on the field.
Don't be stupid. I'm riding down the road. I got the weapon sitting in the front seat. I get pulled over.
Seriously,
I don't have
man.
the sense to at least put it under the seat or something before the cop comes over and looks in.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's the matter, officer?
Oh.
Well, first of all, you just don't move. Is that a gun on the seat? You're not going to sit now. Alden! Oh! So, we
Well,
lost.
then to top it off, man, you're in one of the most un-gun-friendly states in the world, in the whole country. Like, that's even more of a horrible idea.
He just wasn't thinking.
You
But
could have
Matty, even though we can't have guns, we can smoke all the weed we want, though.
That's crazy, isn't it?
I know. Matty, we're out of time. Hey, I'll see you Sunday. Let's see what develops in this combine. And there's going to be more news now, I bet you, regarding players.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
This is a juicy time of year, man. Like, we're gonna have pretty normal updates. Like, there's gonna be a lot of stuff coming our way real quick here, man.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
It's going to be mind blowing usually too. Free agency coming up.
Yeah,
shortly.
I'm excited, dude. It's like Christmas.
Matty, have a great night, and don't be missing. Don't be missing. We're looking for Sunday now. Well, otherwise, we'll know you're working on parts or getting something in order. So yeah, we'll excuse it. Okay.
Something. Yeah. All right, buddy. I'll catch you Sunday night.
Appreciate you, Matty.
Right,
looking forward to it. Night, fam.
Yeah, bro. Night, fam.
Yo, Steven. Oh, Steven. Steve, tight end, the first round of cornerback. You need a defensive lineman and an offensive tackle. What are you going to do? And and this is all predicated on what you're seeing now in the combine, of which overreaction is what we do. Steven, Rome might be getting big enough. He might have him down on the floor in a hammerlock. Steven, can you break that hold? Tap out. He'll let you go. Steven? I guess Rome won't let him tap out. Let's come back. Steven will probably be back in a second. Aaron! Triple double A. Aaron? Oh, yeah. Tony Wright. Alden Smith and Reuben Foster. That's what I'm talking about, police action. But unfortunately, that was during John Lynch's and Kyle Shanahan's first year. Aaron, what's going on with your phone, Aaron? I hear all that clicking. Steven, where you at, man? Aaron, we might have to come back. Get that.
Right here, praising God that the Broncos want to take Deebo Samuel off our hands.
Okay, let Aaron hold on, then we'll get to Steven then. Steven, give me some details, because I saw something to that effect, but it didn't look like anything imminent. What makes you think that's?
They're entertaining the idea that they're getting ready to getting rid of Deebo Samuel. He might go to the Broncos, or he might go to the Texans. But they're saying that it could be either or at this point. There's a higher chance of him going to the Broncos because they know the Broncos won't utilize him properly. So, and the Commanders. He might even go to the Commanders. But I don't want to see Deebo in a Commander's jersey, considering they're in the same division as us. And
well, Adam Peters is over there too, though.
Oh yeah, that's why I don't want him there. I mean, I'm hoping the Raiders take the bait, because they usually take our retired players or drama players. Crabtree being one. I'm gonna keep saying his name. Alden Smith being another.
Yeah.
Any player that is of drama will go to the Raiders.
Or problem child of any kind. Yeah, you're right. The Raiders, and they've been doing that for years, way back when they were in Oakland.
I always say the Raiders, the Oakland Raiders, were the retirement home for the Niners, guaranteed, bar none.
And if you feel like fighting, go to a home game. Don't go to a home game when the Raiders in Oakland. Go to a home game at Candlestick where we're playing the Raiders, and get ready for action if you feel like you need that kind of action. Because it ain't got no sense just starting stuff. But hey, listen, here's the thing.
They're just as bad as Philly fans.
Oh yeah, well, the West Coast Philly fans. The thing is, though, a deal like that, are the 49ers going to be able, because the 49ers are only not doing this because of the fact that if you trade Debo, it doesn't help any. You still got to pay that dead cap. How come? I mean, how do you make a deal around that?
That's the thing. That's the strange part, because it's like, if teams are that interested in them, they're going to have to eat that, that cost. However, there are some teams that don't want to do it, and I think there's a couple of teams that want someone like Debo but can't afford Debo. That's the problem. And I think that's where a lot of stuff is getting mixed in smoke and mirrors. I would love, really, ideally in a perfect world, Ronbo, even if we got draft picks for Debo from a really shitty team, ergo the Giants, that would be nice. Send his ass to the Giants. That way he'll never see the light of day again.
I'll take a second or third for Debo. Second round, third round. I'll take that in a minute. Because, see, like you're saying, there's going to be some good stuff in the second or third round. As high as the Giant, it might as well be a first-round pick if you can get a second and a third. Yeah.
And you know what's crazy about this, Ronbo, is that this draft combine, so far from what I've seen, it's all defense. Defense has taken the show completely.
Oh, man. You saw yesterday, right? DTs and DEs?
DB. Oh, yeah. Ooh, it's nasty.
Abundance.
Work. Absolute nasty work out there in the combine. And like I said, there's one guy I'm looking at, and it's Landon Jackson. That dude is crazy. He was already doing crazy stuff at 15. So, and he's from Arkansas. And last time I checked, Arkansas makes some pretty good players.
No, they got a good program.
So I would look more towards, Landon Jackson, if you want a good defensive lineman or defensive end. If you want a good, cornerback, just throw a dart. They all are fast. Look at how many people ran under 450. You got a guy running a 4.28. 4.28.
It's only and Steven, it's only going to come down a couple of splits when he puts the pads on, right? So that means if you're going to send a guy on a go route, DK Metcalf is slow compared to some of these guys I'm seeing in the combine today. Damn, these dudes are flying. Hey, Steven, I got to tell you though, if there's any drug testing going on later on, some of these guys are going to test positive. That's not human. Some of these guys, the way they're moving.
Look at Travis Hunter. How the hell is he doing it? How do you switch feet in mid-route?
I said
that's crazy to me.
Jesus, he didn't move his head or anything. Steven, in martial arts training, you need to keep your body upright, and if you're kicking, so you can see your opponent and be able to keep guard up. He would be the most amazing martial artist. If his body is that controllable, he would be lethal. I said that in football, it's the same thing. Yeah. You talk about loose hips, flipping hips. He brings new meaning to flipping hips.
Here's the thing, too, Ronbo.
Damn.
Travis Hunter is easily, really, the second coming of Deion Sanders, but with the mentality of Jerry Rice. Let me say that again.
I like that.
Second coming of Deion Sanders with the mentality of Jerry Rice. He couldn't be a more perfect player coming into the NFL. And I hope
is this confidence really special or what?
I hope. All the flack he got about his girlfriend or his fiance, whatever, the hype he gets around him, and how easy he just brushes it off. He's like, man, I just do what I do. That's it. I'm not trying to be a showboat.
If you're going to be starting in the NFL, that's what you need to be.
Ronbo, if he doesn't get drafted in the first round, obviously every other team on the planet is smoking crack.
Because he's going to be a first-round pick. They were trying to decide whether he'd be the number 1 overall pick or 2 or 3. That was the only thing. There's no doubt about him being in the top 5 because that's just too much.
Yeah, I can't imagine a world where Travis Hunter would be less than number 1. Matter of fact, less than number 2.
Quarterbacks are always going to get the most love. You got every time I see Deion's son in that highlight reel when he does that Heisman by well, you're Deion's son, ain't you? Boy, stop. And then you got
Caldwell. So Shedeur Sanders is not a good quarterback. I hate to break it. someone's going to get.
By the way, I didn't say that was Steven.
A lemon. Yeah, nah. Shedeur Sanders is a lemon. He's not good. He's okay, but he's not good.
But
And the only reason why he's getting a lot of fame is because of his dad. Yeah, the Raiders are going to buy into that. They're absolutely going to buy into Shedeur Sanders because what do they got to lose? And the thing is, too, is that
Hey, Steve, wait a minute. Wait.
Yeah.
Tom Brady will definitely see through that. You know how Brady is.
Oh, yeah.
If Shedeur ain't that, Tom ain't going to pick him for number one. Wait, the Raiders don't have the number one pick, do they? No. Who has the number one pick?
No. But if it means money and jersey sales, I think Tom would do that.
Yeah.
Remember, he pumped in a lot of money inside the organization. He's going to try to recuperate some of it back. Or if it means you got to showboat a little bit,
Cam Ward is better. If Brady's going to pick one, it's going to probably be Cam. I agree.
It better be Cam Ward.
Adam in the 5-5.
Because if Shedeur Sanders, if Shedeur Sanders goes before Cam Ward, I'm telling you, I'm talking smack on whoever picked him up for the eternity of that kid's contract life. I mean, the only reason why he's talked about is because of his dad. The only reason why he's got that confidence is because of his dad. He knows Dion will bail him out no matter how many times he fails. Because if you look at any of the college games, go ahead.
If Deion Sanders is your dad, you can't help but to be like Shedeur. Shedeur is arrogant. He's cocky. He's his daddy's son. You know. But Deion could back his stuff up.
But that can only get you so far. Yeah. You know that could get you so far, Ronbo. You know you gotta walk the walk and talk the talk.
If he
can talk the talk and not walk it, oof.
And the NFL will bring
He's
that light to you too, boy. God.
And I'm telling you, Ronbo, the only reason why Colorado is so the only reason why Travis Hunter got noticed so well is because of Dion and Shedeur. That's it. The Sanders family, because I guarantee you, if Shedeur Sanders did not go there, and Deion Sanders did not coach that team, Travis Hunter would be later in the draft pick, and we'd barely be finding out about him now.
That's always an interesting perspective. If not for his dad, would he be where he is? Steve, we got to stop though, and look for you Sunday, and see what else is cooking, because you know there's going to be a lot of cooking between now and free agency. Actually, all right, fam.
It's gonna be interesting,
Steven. Always looking forward to you.
I'll see you Sunday, Ronbo.
All right, Steven. Aaron, let's see if Aaron's ready yet. We heard him pushing all those buttons. Reminded me of Tony. And Tony, I hope today, get in here, Tony. We were waiting on you. All I hear is click, 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 boom, click, boom, 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 click. Tony, click, click, click. Hey, Aaron.
What's up, Ronbo?
Aaron, man, we're sitting here enjoying the combine because it's football. If for no other reason, it's football and we're having fun. The Tennessee Titans thing. Tennessee has the number one pick. They're going to pick up Cam. Unless Shedeur gets picked up. But that's none of our business right now. What I'm talking about right now is tight end. You've got picks you need to work on, but how many times do we all agree upon one thing? Universally, we all agree that you should get the best player available. We rarely do that. The BPA is something well, in Nick Bosa's case we did. That was the 1 year that we did. There was nothing better than Nick Bosa at number 2. Can you believe we were number 2? That happened so long ago. We were so bad. But the number 2 pick, Nick Bosa's picked up, right? And of course, Kyler Murray's number 1. But after that, we're always picking for needs that are not filled. Maybe we should abandon that almost policy and just go ahead and get the BPA. If indeed a tight end is the best player at number 11 or a cornerback, what are you going to do?
So yesterday I watched some of the
defense.
The defensive ends yesterday.
Oh, that was a show.
Yeah.
Talking machismo
Oh, yeah,
all over the
and
field, highly skilled. Ooh, wee.
yeah, and I think this guy named James Pierce,
Oh, and he
the
fast.
defensive end from Tennessee.
Oh, that dude and looks relaxed. Move. I always look at natural runners like that as being a plus. Pierce can run fast and he's one of those guys like Mostert. He's not even trying to move like that. That's that animal like human being.
Yeah.
Love it. I agree. I'm with you on Pierce. Yeah.
Yeah, he ran like a 4.47, and he fights
Effortlessly.
6'5".
That's a defensive lineman. 4.47 is
Yeah.
elite. Because the rest of those guys running 5. Pierce jumps down there smooth as silk. Good leg action, good arm action, good form. Guys who have that pay that much attention to technique, that usually translates to a good football player. Watch.
Oh yeah, and I could definitely see, the 49ers drafting him. I mean,
At 11,
he kind of reminds me.
maybe. How tall is
Yeah,
he? I forgot. He's not short.
Oh,
How tall
oh.
is he? He's kind of light.
He fights 6'5".
Yeah. He's not built real powerful looking. But you know what? Neither was Alden Smith. Could this dude be the second coming of Alden Smith with good sense? If so, Nick would have a running buddy now. I will see.
Yeah, I think from what I, heard, he's a run defender.
Ooh, with this speed, I can see that. He can get to places
Yeah.
quickly.
And of course, he's a good pass rusher. Like, he had 17 sacks in college this year. So
I saw that. Him and that guy with the clean head, the white guy. I was looking hard at him too. That dude, man, he's another one. You can tell his highlight reels. He just slices through lines like a hot knife through butter. Instinctive players like that are hard to find. Wherever there's a seam or a crease, gaps can be like they usually are. They're usually clogged up. They can slice between that little sliver of 6 inches of daylight and get that quarterback. I said, this dude, you can't teach that. That's instinctive. Some guys are like that. We'll see.
But yeah, I think at pick 11, I could see us targeting a D-line, a corner. I mean, I know the tight end from Penn State, Tyler Warren.
Yeah.
I mean,
you can get him if you
very
want him in the first
intriguing,
round. That's what I was talking about. And Tyler's going to drop to at least probably 17, 18 to 20.
Yeah. So, and they said they compare him to Rob Gronkowski.
Now that's saying something.
So,
ain't been ready. That's Hall of Famer.
But yeah, but I think my gut feeling is that the 49ers probably going to draft an O-line or D-line. So,
and honestly,
and that's what
they should. And you're going to have the cream of the crop at pick 11. Even at pick 11, you can get really a talent. But I wish I could get Warren in the second round. It may be possible, maybe.
Yeah, you never know.
At pick number 30, what do we got? We can pick number 32, 33. 30, on the math, 11.
I think
32.
No, I think we're 43. pick 43, yeah.
Right, it's 32, 40. Yeah, I did 10 last half, 43. Yeah, you're right. So, unless, the thing is with the Jimmy Johnson scale of why you should not be trading up, it's kind of frightening what you got to give up. We can't afford to be giving up no picks right now.
No.
If anything, the 49ers could trade.
Yeah, because you got to build. Yeah, because you got to build, depth,
We're rebuilding for the most part.
Maybe trade.
While contending.
Yeah, and I mean, you could trade down like 3 spots and, still get the player you want you want to at 11. So
lots of assets. We may see the 49ers wheeling and dealing all draft long because there's a lot of talent in this draft, more so than usual as far as defense goes. So you might see the 49ers doing that.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? 49ers have traded down at 43. 49ers have traded down. Oh, we always, that's the first reaction. Oh, and we need to be relaxed. They know what they're doing. I know some people said, Ronbo, man, who you been watching? What do you mean they know what they're doing? They know what they're doing. If they drop down to 43, that means they know who they can get, and it's probably got to be a good ball player. So I'm gonna believe in them. Damon Jones says Tyler Warren is a top 10 pick. We're at 11. Okay, we'll see.
Wait, who?
Tyler Warren, tight end of Penn, right? The guy.
Yeah. I think he's projected to be a top 10 draft pick. So.
What
we'll
you know
see.
what? Oh, the Eagles. Okay, because there's not that many. Detroit. No, what am I saying? The Eagles at the bottom of the draft. Who are some of the worst teams? Oh man, we got no chance.
The Panthers.
That's where he's going. All right, fam, we got to pull up. Now we're gonna get worried about these guys. I know it right now. Let me see you on Sunday, fam.
All right, Ronbo. Give me another shout out.
All can do. Triple A. All right, fam. See you in a bit.
Have a good night.
Thanks, fam. You too. Yeah, computer enthusiasts. 49ers are getting beat with the long pass. Computer enthusiasts, man, we're all aware of that. We're seeing that bombs away all of a sudden and our man running behind him, Jair Brown. These guys that are so fast, though, I wonder, there's some techniques and anticipation skills and things like that. I don't know. Because we've seen that way too much last year. Remember every time we looked up, we saw one of our guys trailing a touchdown, especially that game against Minnesota. I nearly passed out. I said, man, y'all know that JJ, oh, no. How the hell did you let... Hey, speaking of cornerbacks, Charles...
What's going on, Ronbo?
I'm sitting up here crying about the very thing you used to get on me about. Every time I start talking about how Debo is this, Debo is that, and you talk about how you get beat. But Charles, in my defense, Debo wasn't getting beat last year. Everybody but Debo was getting built. I see Charvarius, and Jair Brown has gotten on my last nerve. I didn't want to talk too loudly about him, but I'm looking at his ass more than anybody else. Jair's got to stop that and know where you're going. When they took Renardo Green out of that play last year, just ran him over. And that, of course, resulted in a touchdown. I think we were playing the Chiefs. I said, Renardo. I mean, Jair. You didn't see Renardo. He was on top of that play, bruh. Oh, I was upset. And he just took him out. But, Charles, get on in here, man. We're also talking about tight end. There's some good ones. We need one. First round. But we need some other things that take priority over tight end in some people's minds. Notice I said some people's minds. I bet you everybody does not agree. We need defensive tackle. We got to stop the run. We need an edge rusher. We're tired of going one-legged with with Nick every year. But Charles, give me some, man. What are you thinking on these lines? Green sharp one will be snapped up quick. Charles, did we lose Charles?
Yeah, we need it. Plus, we need a cornerback to replace Diameter Lenore. That's what I'm waiting on. Go ahead.
You know,
Let's
he
go
just
ahead and
signed a
pay.
3-year deal,
Let's,
right?
let's go ahead and we can get his whole contract on a signing bonus and phase him out. And that's what we need to do.
If you didn't know, if this is the first time you've heard me talk to Charles, Charles is not a huge fan of Mrs. Lenore's little boy, a famous boy, Demo.
Yeah,
Boy,
but
Charles, elaborate.
I really haven't been keeping up with the draft. I really need to do my due diligence and see what's going on. I've heard today. I heard some, all the everybody talking about what's going on with the draft. Who ran the fastest and who's,
The Olympics is on. They're tearing up. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I'm really I'm excited about that, but it's just been, for me, it's kind of, we've had a down season and it had me down.
Oh, that's depressing.
I expected a whole lot more from my team this year, but
hell yeah. And they ain't got to do too much because last year was so bad. They ain't got to do too much to be better than last year. They were terrible.
Yeah, but you know what? I really hope that we draft an edge rusher, and offensive tackle, man. If we can, and the center, if we can draft those three, I'll be happy. That can come in and contribute this year, and I really hope we get those positions squared away, and if we get those three squared away, like we did the right guard, I think I'll be really, really happy. We got to get Bosa some help. I don't know who we can get at pick 11 to get Bosa some help.
Oh, Charles, you need to go back and see if you can watch the. There is some mean machines in this year's. They got DEs and DTs. I mean, lots. There'll be some of those guys going to the second round. They're gonna be mad as hell because they're first round picks.
I was listening to Sports Center, and they were talking about how deep this draft is on the defensive line. Oh yeah. Well, I'm gonna go back and do some scouting and see what's going on with the defensive line. They were also saying they were also the ones that said that Solomon Thomas was a good player, and looking at him, that was I saw his tape and I said,
that was years ago. They've learned.
Yeah, we'll see, but I really hope that we get it right. I mean, the one thing I don't want, I don't want another Mike McGlinchey. Man, I just can't stand that. Oh my God, please.
And,
Lord,
I got Vita Vea that year too. I was so hoping that was going to be the case. We got Mike McGlinchey, and because of Trent Williams, if Trent Williams hadn't come rolling in there fat as can be after the 49ers told him during the exit that previous year, you need to come in and look a little leaner, at least show us that you're serious. He came in there with some extra weight. 49ers said, that's it, man, we're going for a tackle in this draft.
Yeah, man, but but he was just coming off injury. I mean, that was to be expected, but they didn't have to pick McGlinchey. I mean, when I saw McGlinchey's college tape, I don't know who he was until the draft. When I saw him in the draft, I saw him. He was, he was trying to block defensive linemen, and he was getting, he wasn't getting his feet in the ground. I don't know how he's playing in Denver right now. Yeah, I don't know how he's playing in Denver right now, but I guess he's living up to his contract.
Yeah, because the thing is, he was playing next to Quentin Nelson at Nelson. He was playing next to Quentin at Notre Dame, so he didn't have to do a whole lot of work anyway, and it made him look good.
But Notre Dame, they don't really play anybody. So he wasn't. He wasn't playing against top notch competition, but when I saw his feet, I said,
Quentin Nelson, that dude is good though.
Yeah, when I saw his feet, when I saw McGlinchey's feet, I said, man, I said, why would they? I said, man, I don't know who picked this, but this he's gonna suck, and he did. So, but I just hope we don't run into a situation. It seemed like we the guy that we picked up last year in whatever, I think the 4th or 5th round, he panned out. So hopefully, we can,
3rd round. Yeah. Yes, man. If we could do that twice.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that'd be great. That'd be great, man. I really hope, man. I want to see somebody else other than Jackson from USC. Turning the corners and meeting Bosa at the quarterback. That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
Hey, let's meet at the quarterback. Whoever.
There's so many. There's some defensive tackles that all kind of speed and skill too.
So who's your favorite? Who's your favorite defensive tackle? Your top 2 favorite ones?
Yeah. You know what? I had their names down because I just saw them yesterday. I'm gonna get back to you on that because in the combine I said this guy. Okay. I had their names written down and I did something else and I got rid of their names. Yeah. Put it this way. There's 3 or 4 choices. I'm gonna stop taking it because I was putting down a lot of stuff, and I deleted areas where I didn't want to go back to it and have to look so far up the. But yeah, there's about 3 guys that can. The guy we just talked about, Pierce.
Yeah.
That dude, he's a natural. When you look at a guy that's not struggling or stringing, no matter what he was doing, all the drills, smooth as silk.
I know Carter. That's the only one that I know so far, but. I need to figure out who's good at outside of him. I think I know he came up with a stress factor in his foot. They're trying to see whether or not he's going to need surgery or not. So,
that's the guy. Okay, you know what? As a matter of fact, he's not going to have to get there. He's going to skip the surgery. So,
okay,
he'll be ready for his pro day. Yeah, okay, because Mason Graham, everybody. Now I know what they mean by Mason Graham. I saw the highlight reel. Mason Graham will knock a man completely out with that hammer, that first move he makes. If you get in the way of that, you could get hurt. Mason Graham.
Okay, I'm gonna look him up.
He skipped his drills too. You can see the footage on him. The dude is lethal. Abdul Carter, Penn State edge rusher. He's a guy with a foot issue too, and he's going to skip that and beat his pro day. You just mentioned somebody else's name though.
You said Mason Graham, and I got Carter already.
Okay.
But I'm gonna check them out and see, what they really got. Because depending on the level of competition, man, that says everything.
Charles, we got to get up though. I tell you what, do that and come on back here Sunday. Let's discuss that. All right. I'll be looking forward to you.
All right. Well, you have a good night, Ronbo.
All right, fam.
All right. All right,
Charles.
Bye-bye.
Also, congrats to the Rams. You got the 15 ranked 0 with 20 ranked 0 in points with Matt Stafford last year. At least y'all got the 26th ranked. Also, I love when people find things like that. Yeah. This way, when Rudy starts talking trash, you just sort of lay that on him. Anthony!
What it do, Ronbo?
Anthony, I'm going to ask you a question. The Rams played the Eagles like nobody else did in that playoff. We're hearing about how badass they are. But see.
Yeah, right. Man,
okay,
yeah, right.
It was snowing. Can we also reflect upon the first time that the Rams were playing out of desperation in that second game, and it almost worked. But the thing is, they were killed by the Eagles for the first time. Let us not negate that just so we can make a lot of noise about what they did in the playoffs versus the Eagles. They still didn't win. And that was Matt Stafford through that wide pass. Shamar Stewart. Yes, Chuck, thank you. Shamar Stewart. I like him. Mike Green.
Shamar. Oh, you talking about the prospects in what's called?
Shamar Stewart was all his pre-draft.
You got that edge wrestler, James Pierce Jr.
Everybody's talking about James Pierce, but Shamar has the same pre-draft variables as did Myles Garrett.
He been talking to the 49ers.
Yeah. Shamar?
Yeah, the 49ers brought him in.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah. Ronbo, that DB out of South Carolina, what the name? Nick Amari Warren, 6'3", 220 pounds, ran a 4.38 in the 40, Ronbo.
Yeah, everybody's talking about him. You know, nobody that long runs that fast.
Ronbo, they say he say they compare him to Darren James. The DB out of from the Chargers, Darren James.
Oh, Derwin.
That
you know what?
Yeah.
That's special. And Derwin James can
That's
move
who they
like that. I
compare
forgot
to
about
him.
him.
And they say he might. They say he might fall to us too. They say he might fall to us. Say if we what's called say Tyler Warren, the tight end out of Penn State, might fall to us too. He wants to play he wants to play with the 49ers. He said he wouldn't mind being out there with George Kittle.
Yes. 49, but Anthony, it's unethical. You need to fix the trenches. Stop making Nick go out there every year and do this by himself. Offensive line, Trent Williams has only got a little while longer.
Ronbo, I ain't worried about fixing the trench because, man, this defense so doggone loaded with defensive tackles, man.
You sound like Chris Forster. Man. Yeah. Chris Forster's going to tell Kyler, forget about that offensive lineman, too.
No, what I'm saying, they're going to fix the offensive line, Ronbo. There's a whole lot of offensive tackles out there.
I know.
In this draft, Ronbo.
Listen,
it's
I'm
loaded.
with you. If quiet as I'm going to keep it, you know what? If they pass around who you want to take in the first round, I'm going for that TE.
Ronbo.
Listen,
Ronbo.
George hasn't got a whole lot longer.
Ronbo, we got 4 picks in the top 100, Ronbo. We got 4 picks in the top 100.
Hey, do we get any compensatory picks? What do we got in the third round? Do we have more than one?
Third round, man, we got 2 picks. Oh. We got 2 in the third round. In the fourth round, we got 3 picks.
Oh, and Tony says we got 99. Yeah.
I was saying pick number left. I'm saying, Ronbo, man, hey, man, look, Ronbo. Man, we're going to stack. Our roster going to be so stacked, Ronbo.
I know. I don't want to get my hopes up too high until they get into the.
Then you got Nick Ronbo. You got Robert Sater calling on Dre Greenlaw. Hey, man, come on, give him one year. Just one year.
Dre, don't make it beg, Dre. Come on, man. Dre's not going anywhere. Dre's not going anywhere.
He's been calling. Solid been calling him, Ronbo.
Dre would be glad I'm not Salah. I'd be parked out in front of his house, waiting for hollering at him. Hey, yo, Dre, Dre, where you going, man? Let me give you a ride.
I ain't know until Robert Sater was the one who picked Dre Greenlaw.
That's right.
In the draft.
That's right. He could use that against Dre. Tell Dre, look, I brought you in here.
Yeah, he picked him.
He owes Salah.
Yeah, he owes. Let's say Salah been calling Greenlaw. Say, man, just give me 1 year, man. Just give me 1 year, man.
Can you see? Dre's about to block
give me 1 year and see how you what's on, man. I said, ain't no way Greenlaw gonna turn the man down like that, man.
You know what? There are some linebackers. Did you watch the combine yesterday? And that's not fully definitive of how good a linebacker is going to be. But I've seen some skills that may translate to a good football player in the linebacking group yesterday as well.
Ronbo, man, they got some fast DBs out there, boy.
I know, I'm talking move. I'm talking fast.
And that's why I say I ain't worried. That's what I mean by ain't worried. Man, so many DBs and DB tackles out there, man, with talent, man.
This might be one of the richest classes that's been around for years. And that goes for the defensive period. So, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. 49ers. That's why the 49ers went home today. They already know what they're going to do.
Yeah, they know. I said, and man, big old Tyler Warren, man, that 6'6", 250-pound boy. Man, that nigga play on the outside, Ronbo land up on it. Man, that boy run the ball out the backfield, throwing the ball.
And if we got him, he can learn from George. Oh!
Yeah.
And he wants to.
Boy, look at Woo. And he wants to.
But yeah, I'm going to have the biggest grin on my face because I figured they're going to go DT or OT. And they say, 49ers select Tyler Warren. I said, oh! They did not. They did. Good Lord have mercy. Oh, I like that dude out of Michigan, too, though.
What I tell you about these running backs in this draft, Ronbo, loaded.
But you know what?
That boy, what his name, Travion Henderson. Well, that boy something serious, boy.
Okay, but you can be careful about running backs coming. What round would you draft him in?
Travion.
Yeah, don't. You know what? If they can't pick him in the 4th to 5th round.
They say he moving up the draft board right now. Say he's projected to go in the 2nd or 3rd round.
Can't do it.
I said what?
No. It's bad luck. 49ers cannot pick up a running back in the 3rd round ever again. Ever.
Yeah, and that's what I was telling my homeboy.
Yeah, no.
I say if I get a running back, it'll be in the 4th or 5th round if I get a running back.
Yes.
I wouldn't get no running back in the 2nd round or 3rd round. I go 4th.
It's Darian Porter looks awfully, man. That dude. Listen, Tony, we got to go though. I mean, Anthony, I could call you Tony because you're the Tony Club.
Yeah.
Hey, we do have to go. I'll see you Sunday, though.
All right, Ronbo. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you. You know this. All right, fam. Have a good night.
All right, fam. All right.
Oh, man. I tell you, this draft night's going to be crazy. Tommy Huxell to get you.
Oh, sorry.
Don't be sorry, Tommy. You're plucking, man. We love to be listening in. I'm right here. Can you hear me?
Yo.
Tommy, come on in, man.
I dropped my phone.
Tommy. Man,
we're not getting Tyler Warren. Can everybody just stop? I mean, we're not getting – stop it. We're not getting a backup tight end in the first freaking round. Good God.
Tommy, please. Don't ruin our fantasy and give us with a good sense. I know. But Chris Forrest is going to be encouraging it. Chris Forrest has been telling Kyle, like he's been telling him every year, hey, go ahead and get your playmaker. I can make anybody into an offensive lineman. Which, by the way, I blame Kyle for actually listening and taking that seriously. So, right, it's either OT or DT. I know. It's not the way you build a football club.
And to compare Tyler Warren to Gronk, there's only one Gronk. That's just
I know.
foolish.
That's true.
We've never seen. He's not really known for his blocking, but I know he can learn. Kind of like Ayuk was not a blocker, and he blocks like a freaking dog now.
I know,
so.
yeah. Ayuk got really good at that. But you know what?
Yeah.
Is he like Ayuk, though? Because Ayuk just wanted to play, and he knew in order to get past Shanahan, if you don't block, you're not playing. Shanahan's not playing. He's serious when he says that. We've seen that too many times.
Yeah. Ugh. Yeah,
So,
I don't know. I mean, they got to go
the first
trenches.
round.
I kind of like Nolan. I think he's the best choice because Graham's going to go top 10.
Ain't he? I mean, so quick. He could get. I see Graham going to number 4 or number 5. I was watching him. That's a frightening individual. He went crazy in that Ohio State game. They couldn't block him. Oh yeah.
People are having doubts about Abdul Carter, but
he's got a foot. You know, as I said, his agent is talking all kind of trash. Don't worry about him. That's not going to be a factor. I mean, dude, it's a foot injury at this point in the season. That's not to be overlooked. Yeah.
Because I thought he was going to go number 1, but I don't think so anymore.
Yeah. Skills-wise, he is tough. But, yeah.
Yeah.
You can't have that
Absolutely.
foot condition. So I agree with you.
Listen, Chrissy Everett, just quit that shit. The Lambs are not Super Bowl bound. I hate to tell you that. They got so freaking lucky. They shouldn't even been in the playoffs, honestly. But I guess I'd rather see them in the playoffs than the freaking Seahawks. Fuck them.
I tell you, but Rams are going to have a rude awakening next year. What they got away with last year is going to happen twice. The 49ers have to be decimated with injuries for them to even advance to the point they did. What is the odds of that happening twice?
We should have won both those games.
I know.
What does that tell you?
With half our stars missing, and we still gave up that game. Debo, you and Ronnie Blair. God. So, that's why I'm not worried about them.
And Stafford, yeah, he was pretty good in the playoffs, but he didn't really have that great of a season. I mean, there were 4 interceptable balls in that game.
I know.
Sunday, was that Monday night or Sunday night when we played those?
I don't know. All I know is the 49ers know Stafford like the back of their hand. So no matter when we play him, all that the Rams are talking about ain't going to happen. So. But they got a good deal. You know what, though, Tommy? I got to give them credit. They do have some fiendish dudes they picked up the draft as far as the defensive line goes.
I know. I'm so mad about that. That D-line is great.
Yeah. But Kyle has a knack for making a fool out of your D-line. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, it's true. But, I mean, because like you were saying, it's and then that one caller, the quiet guy, I'm sorry, there's no way in hell they're going corner. Them getting a corner in the second round, them getting a second-round corner was miraculous. I'm like, what?
I know. Well, but
that's the highest they've
ever.
Yeah, that's the highest they've ever drafted a corner.
But you know what? I got a feeling they really are going to go after Asante. I really do.
They should.
Because Charvarius that's a big gap of talent.
Yeah. But I have faith in Luter. I think they've been ranting and raving about this guy. And if they let Luter go, watch him go freaking start at another team like Womack did and start balling out.
As a matter of fact, they mentioned who they have. They didn't mention Luter Jr. You're right. I forgot all about him.
I think he should go next to Green. I mean, I think that'd be solid, but. But maybe not. But they're going to go after somebody, definitely. But they're
going to go after cornerback. But which round is? It's a good point. We picked up Ambry, I thought, in round 2.
No, 3.
It was 3. Okay.
And so was Boone.
Yeah. And Green was picked up, I think, the same round, right? 3?
No, second. That was the highest.
Yes, he was a second-round pick. That was a good choice, though. He can play.
Yeah,
he really can.
He's really good.
He's a little light. He got hurt. But when he was on the field, he was like chewing them, sticking to some of those. And some of those guys were premier wide receivers. Green didn't care. He stayed right with him. Let's look at this. Who is this kid?
It's all about confidence.
Football.
You got to have confidence. That's why Ambry Thomas is kind of soft.
Yeah.
He didn't match. I mean, he's not soft. He's just not physical.
No, that's right, Kurt. He's soft.
You got to be crazy to want to play freaking DB or corner.
Yeah, softness applies to mentality as far as physicality. Yeah, that's true. He is.
You got to wipe it off and go, yeah, I got my ass whooped, but I'm about to, it's like Teflon,
But, Tommy, the thing is, his second year, he looked great. The confidence was there. I mean, Ambry played against anybody. He did a good job against the Bengals. He did a good job. Ask OBJ about how he feels about Ambry Thomas that year. He's a good player. I don't know what happened to him.
Yeah, you got a point there. I just don't think he fit.
So
maybe it's too small. I don't know.
Yeah,
speaking
something
of small,
went on that off season. He looked different the next season. Mason Graham, 24 reps on the bench. And he's lifting it up like it's a toothpick.
Yeah, I remember Rudy making excuses about that. He's like, oh, it's underthrown. Well, yeah, because it's underthrown because the defensive line is coming at you. Of course it's underthrown.
Rudy has always got something to say.
Yeah, and like that other guy that called, I forget, and he's like, yeah, that Rudy's chat is so soft, and it's not even him. It's just a stupid bod I got blocked on there like 2 years ago, so I can't even go on there. And like Rudy and I we're pretty cool. Like we have mutual respect and whatever. Like he's a good guy. He just loves to.
Well,
he loves to troll on Twitter, but I actually got rid of my Twitter
because you don't even start. Rudy comes blasting. Oh, he couldn't wait to. As soon as he got the Matthew Stafford news, he's all over the place. I see.
Oh, jeez. Where's Marketing Pro? He's like, we got to take the deal or get out of here. We're going to get Rodgers. Yeah. Dude, he doesn't want Rodgers. McVay would not take Rodgers. I'm sorry.
Rodgers, he's
But I'm laughing at
slow.
Raider fans.
Yeah. So
Raider fans thought they were going to get Stafford. Wrong again.
Stafford deal's being restructured. He said he'd agreed to it, but I wonder how long it's going to take to restructure. If they go backwards in this deal, I'm going to lose my mind laughing.
What the hell they mean restructuring?
Yeah, and
I know what they mean, but
yeah, how are you going to do? Restructure other people to pay him? Apparently. I don't know.
I don't understand how. I guess they said 2 more years, or
I can't wait. I hope they do.
I don't know.
And I hope they get him at that $50 million mark that he wants so badly, so they can't afford to pay other people.
Yeah,
Tommy!
exactly.
We got to go, Tommy. Looking forward to seeing you.
We're having too much fun. It flew by.
It always does that too. Especially when you can start talking bad about that team in L.A.
Well, I never get tired of that.
Oh, I tell you. You guys make some points. So you brought us back down to earth about that tight end situation in the first round. It is not going to happen, but it's fun to fantasize on occasion about that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Warren.
I say we get a second tight end in the 3rd round or the 4th. This is a really deep tight end, so we're definitely getting one.
We'll be happy. All right, Tommy. I'll see you Sunday, fam.
All right. Have a good weekend.
You too. All right, Tommy.
All right.
There you go.
Take care. Niners all day.
Yes, indeed. When you hear that guitar strumming, that's Tommy's a guitar player and a damn good one. And here he comes. He's out in the blue waters of Hawaii. Oh, is that Tony in that boat? He's got Tony. That's authentic. He's paddling down in the kind of kayaking. Tony, Tony, get in here, man.
Aloha, Ronbo. How you doing?
Doing great, man. It's fun watching the potentials. There's no reason to draw any conclusions, but your imagination runs wild when you're watching some of the athleticism that's on display in this combine. This year, it's insane. So, but Tony, what are you thinking, man? I saw you. I agree. Asante, they wanted Asante before the Chargers ripped him up last time, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
No, that was definitely in regards to Asante Samuel Jr. Niners were in on him. Chargers knew it. So I believe I might be wrong about this. I think the Chargers traded up and then took him. And
that happens all the
Niners,
time.
Yeah, and then the Niners then reached for Aaron Banks, who was they had a 3rd round grade on him, but I guess he was the next highest player of need on their board, and so they reached for him, and now both those guys are looking for new teams. So that's
when you reach like that, that's what happens. Because remember what we did with our wide receiver? He still has an NC2A record. When you think, what is his name? The thin kid that had fear issues when he's running routes.
Pettis?
Yeah, Dante. What was the grade on him? Because the 49ers were fearful that they got word somehow while they're in the room that somebody's going to trade up past the 49ers to pick up Pettis, and the 49ers says no, they're not, and they went and got him. So again, a reach.
Yeah, a bit of a reach. Pettis has talent. He still has talent.
Oh, he does.
He runs his routes.
Perfect.
He can get open. Well, it's not so much perfect routes. What was it? I forget who it was. Scott. He was our GM and he had an alcohol problem. Anyway,
McLuhan.
McLuhan, thank you, Scott McLuhan. He made the comments about Dante Pettis about how he ran in a very unconventional way that was difficult to cover. But his problem was mental. Yeah, his problem was absolutely mental. His toughness is, I think, what it was, and then he did not get along with Kyle, and so that was just now he's on the team. He is still in the NFL though. I mean, he's not like
he's got a new team every year.
Yeah,
and he's always in a highlight reel. You look around, there'll be a Dante Pettis day. Every time I see him do that, I say, Dante, why couldn't you do that when you were with us? But he kind of did.
Well,
but as you said, he couldn't get along.
Yeah. No, Jimmy Garoppolo's best pass that he ever threw was a touchdown pass to Dante Pettis, but that was before
versus the Vikings, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I'll never forget that.
That was so
either.
much fun. That was fun. But no, Pettis just mental toughness issues. To go back to the draft though, and watching the combine, it is great to have these numbers because now we can take a look at the athletic scores and then cross-reference that against our various other statistics and see really, at least on paper, in a video game sense, who we think might be pretty good. So I've been excited to see that, and I've really just begun looking at the results because obviously there's more guys that still have to run and everything. I'm waiting for the offensive lineman. Very key on that. So, but it's been cool. Ronbo, what do you think about Abdul Carter?
I see. This is the thing, guys that I really like because it's too much work to go look through 15 or 20 guys. I went and looked at his film. I said, okay, and I see what they're talking about. My God, we're not going to get him. That's all I can say to myself. We're not getting him. But he's got an issue with his foot.
Yeah.
Maybe he drops to 11. And Tony, would you run the risk? Because that foot, I forgot how they diagnosed it, but it's an injury that they said the same thing about Javon Kinlaw, that his knee would probably not be a problem, and it was. It's a scary thing.
So 2 things. If it's not going to happen, Abdul Carter will be off the board by 11. So if Abdul Carter is there at 11, though, you run up and you draft him. Okay. Yeah. And here's what I'm thinking. I would be willing to trade this for the number 11 in a package with 2 first-round draft picks for Myles Garrett. Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
same here.
I understanding that I would absolutely be willing to trade, not to trade, but to draft Abdul Carter if he's there at 11, even if he has to spend the first year on IR just to get that foot right. But I don't think it's going to take him that long, a full year to get a foot right. So again, if he's there, look at the Washington Commanders with Johnny Newton, who had a similar injury last year that caused him to fall from the first to the second. He missed the first part of the season, but then he came back and he was playing very well in that NFC title game. So, that injury is not insurmountable. Now defensive tackle might not be as reliant, on quick feet as a defensive end would
Just
be. So
brute force, yeah.
So there's something there to look out for. But I mean, if luck delivers Abdul Carter to the 49ers at 11, even if you have to redshirt him for a year, I think you take him. And you're happy about
you get no argument for me because I looked at his film as, my God. Yeah. So guys like that, when you're picking less than 5, we're not getting him. The quickness, the all-out aggression. Tony, also, what's the guy? He had some condition, white guy with a clean head. I like him, too.
Not sure who. What position?
Did you watch? He's a defensive tackle. Did you watch Combine yesterday?
I haven't watched. I've been spreadsheet scouting. I've
okay.
Busy week
so if you get a chance, he's in there, and I says, this guy, he's long, perfectly built for defensive tackle. Mm-hmm. He's strong. I said, this dude, man. I kept noticing on every drill, and then I finally said, let me go check him out. They showed highlights of him. Okay, I knew I was right spot on with this guy. This guy is brutal. I need him on the line with Nick.
What do you know what school he went to?
I don't know why. I deleted his. I had a whole lot of information on him, and I don't know why I deleted it.
So to talk defensive tackle, I think Niners should draft 2 defensive tackles in this draft because they're plentiful and we need that help in the middle. But the guy who I really like, and if I'm the 49ers, I'm targeting him at number 99 overall. It's another Indiana guy. It's C.J. West from Indiana, and he's
comparisons to one of the Green Bay Packers. I forget which guy was, but yeah, he's got stuff.
Yeah, he's a football player, right? It's the motor. It's the motor on him, and he'll stop the run on you. And he ran in the second tier of defensive tackles. Like he didn't run a 4, like a 4.4, but he ran a very good 10-yard split and a good 40 there. And honestly, he just keeps coming at you. And I think he's the kind of guy who would do very well. And I think because he's only 6 feet tall, but he's 6 feet, 320 pounds, something like that.
No, I seen him yesterday.
Yeah.
Hey, this guy is as wide as he is tall, and he just moves like a maniac. I mean, there's guys that move like human beings, and there's guys who move like mutants or something. I mean, he's one of those. So
he could be like DJ Jones was.
Oh God, with that size, put him in the. Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He would. I think, and also he has a lot to prove because he went to a quote unquote smaller school. All those sorts of things. I haven't heard anything negative about his character yet, which is good because we're hearing some things about some of the other guys.
Well, they get exposed, don't they?
Yeah.
If you've been messing up, it'll be mentioned.
Yeah. Well, it makes you. People were saying, "Oh, why did Mike Green not leave Marshall?" Well, turns out there was a reason why. So that's where that is. But that guy's a gifted pass rusher, but not on the draft board for me anymore.
You can't be doing certain things because it reflects on your character, and that probably will continue. That is part of your fiber. We don't want to have to deal with that at some point down the line. So yeah.
Well, it's 2 allegations for that guy too. So it's I mean, like one, it's like bad enough, but 2, yeah.
Yeah. So and I can already guess immediately what it was too.
Yeah.
Tony.
So yeah.
Go ahead and make that last point because we got to go.
Oh, no. I was going to say the other guy who kind of jumps off the spreadsheet for me, and I think someone probably already talked about him, but the cornerback, Darian Porter, as a second-round draft pick for the 49ers, I think given those measurables, and then if you flip over and look at his PFF coverage grades, there's some impressive things going on there. So check out Darian Porter as well.
Darian Porter. All right, we can note that. All right. And I still got to look at your quarterback too. I was meaning to get to Curtis Rourke.
Curtis Rourke. Tomorrow, I think.
And who's this guy's? You just mentioned what's the quarterback's name?
A cornerback is Darian Porter. I just started looking at him. Yes,
I was just talking about him. He flashed on the screen. Darian. Yeah, no, I was saying, who's this guy, Darian Porter? Guys, I'm seeing something there.
He has really good coverage grades on PFF too. So I saw that. I mean, he's a physical freak, and I mean, he might have ran his way into the first round today, but we'll see.
All right, Tony, always a pleasure, and you know this. hey, Tony, if you got time Sunday, I know you're a busy man. If you do, please stop by.
I will absolutely do my best, Rob. It's always a pleasure. Take care.
Right.
Aloha.
Aloha, Tony. And we. Eric. Eric.
Hey, bud.
Eric, how you doing tonight? You been watching the Combine? By the way, somebody tell Jim Everett I don't give a damn about 1994. Hey, Jim, how about 35 years between 2 trophies, okay? Just 2. I got 5. Can you brag that? Your 1994 back to and expiration dates, do you guys realize we don't care about that? You only look stupid saying it. We don't care. It's the fact that you'll never catch up. We can go 30 more years. You guys would still be behind us. At the pace of 35 years a shot? Please. Eric, let us ignore the tininess of the Rams. And let us talk about, what'd you get out of, you watching the Combine? What are you thinking?
Well, I've not watched the Combine, but the one thing I have heard is that Seattle might go quarterback.
Oh,
in the second round.
In the second round QB. Although the greatest QBs are not all first rounders, but who do you like? I mean, who do you think you like?
Seattle might like Texas out. I hope we talked with him from Ole Miss.
An Ole Miss quarterback? Okay. You know, I wonder who's going to fall out of the first round that's really good. This is not a quarterback-rich draft, from what they're saying, but then they always say that. No, they don't always say that. There are those years when they got, and you know what's so funny, Eric? There are those years where this year's quarterback class is just loaded, and then 2 or 3 guys get picked in the first round early, and maybe 2 in the third, 2 or 3 in the latter part of the first round. None of them are in the league anymore 3 years later. You know, so I would say, the analysts don't listen to them. There's probably a great quarterback in the third round that they don't even know about yet.
Yep.
But yeah. Well, do you see any quarterbacks you like?
one of the guys I really like, one of the QBs that I really like, because I really like Mizzou a lot. I really hope that Brady Cook lands them well.
Yeah. What is he? Athleticism, dual threat. What is it about? Why do you like him?
I guess my dad went to Mizzou, so I just like.
Did you say your dad went to Purdue? Yeah.
No, Mizzou.
Oh, okay.
Mizzou, Midwest.
Okay.
Missouri.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he went to Missouri.
It's a good program too. Yeah, I've got this bias nowadays about any school below the Mason-Dixon line has probably got a lot of tackle. You know, it's really funny because there's some defenders out of Texas A&M. There's more than two.
Yeah.
I was thinking, A&M went down for a few years, and all of a sudden, after Myles Garrett, they've been getting better every year. So you don't ruin them for quarterbacks. Wasn't what's his name? The guy that was always making the money sign. Money.
Johnny Manziel.
Manziel. Money Manziel. Didn't he go to A&M? Manziel.
He did.
Yeah, Manziel kind of ruined things with quarterbacks at A&M, but Myles Garrett picked it back up. Man, I tell you about, wait. So, but most schools in the South, they're just more polished programs or something. Or all the talent knows in order for you to be clearly seen and be visible to the NFL, you need to be in the SEC, Big Ten, Ohio State.
Yeah.
There's a few schools out of the SEC, but most of them are in the SEC. It seems. Although Bama, Saban's gone. I don't know. There may be the balance of power may be shifting within the next 2 to 3 years, because Georgia is a farm for defenders. I was watching everything that came out of Georgia yesterday as far as that defensive line, DTs and DEs. Like, there's that Georgia logo. Watch closely. Yeah. I know he eats razor blades and battery acid for his cereal in the morning. That's a nasty child. So you figure.
I tell you, being a Missouri fan and being the SEC, I've seen Georgia a lot. That is a dang good football program.
Ooh, I tell you,
that's a good program.
That's why Howie Roseman probably has a house over there in that area, where whenever he's not doing anything else, he just sits at home and has his field glasses looking out over the Georgia field, seeing what they're doing.
Oh, yeah.
Because, my God, Roseman goes, I don't care who you are. I mean, Roseman goes, we got a guy from Georgia, and he's not that good, though. God. Oh, man. We'll see. But there's some good ones out there. You can tell they're pretty good. As they got a good program at Georgia, as you're mentioning. There's schools that got certain positions. If you want an offensive lineman, Notre Dame is starting to fall a little bit, but they usually do have a good selection. Boston College. So yeah, but Georgia defense. Oh, look out!
Oh yeah.
Good luck with that quarterback.
That's a very good team.
I missed that, Eric. Say it again.
Georgia is a very good team.
Yeah, it's hard to predict right now. We're looking at rookies right now, as we always do at the beginning of the season, but it's hard to know who's going to come in and have an impact immediately. Teams that are going to do good are already probably just getting people back off of injury or something like that. You maybe make a few adjustments. We had a couple of 2-3 rookies last year that did a really good job for us and came in and had an immediate impact. But getting excited during this time in the draft, free agency is probably the thing we should get more excited about. But it's just good to see that talent coming in and what it can be formed into, as long as you got a good coaching staff. And, by the way, you guys do. And that defensive coach that you got as your head coach, yeah, I can see the Hawks are going to be they're going to be tougher and tougher as the years go by. So yeah, Eric, we're gonna go. Hey, Eric, I'm gonna be back Sunday as per usual, and let's get together. All right. All right, Eric. Night, fam. Yeah.
Fam.
Let's go down and see what Tony down in Aussie. He just threw another shrimp on the bobby. Hey, Tony.
How you going, brother?
Tony, how you doing, man? I'm telling you, it's that time of year we start. You heard probably. I knew you would. You're the kind of, because Tony's a real common sense guy. I'll bet you were amused when Tommy came in and said, "Look, guys, get over Warren. He's not coming to 49ers." We go all pumped up every year, and a lot of us thinking we're going to get everything that's of premium quality in the first round, no matter where we're picking. But at least, Tony, we're at 11 this year. It's not so far-fetched.
Yeah, you know what, Ronbo? We are at 11.
Yeah.
Okay? And I know you're a Kyle Shanahan apologist. But,
I admitted to it the other day, actually.
I heard you. That's why I brought it up. But, you know, he's responsible to a large degree for the predicament that we're in now with picks and crap like that. I mean, those 2 first-round draft picks that he spent on Trey Lance.
Just one question on that, though.
We could use them, right?
Well, of course, but I mean, was Kyle fully responsible? I mean, could that been a group participation screw up?
No, because he's got final say.
That's true. Jalen's listen. I know Jalen's going to call me now. Ronbo, man, Tony told you what I've been trying to tell you for years. Go ahead, Tony.
So I mean, if we had those 2 extra first-round picks now, we'd be sitting pretty. Everyone would be relaxed.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? We could trade one of them for 2 twos.
Well, you know, I saw who they turned into. But you see the Dolphins picked up with him with that pick. God.
Yeah, but I'm saying what we could have done with him in this draft.
Oh yeah,
or the one before.
Yeah, the one before.
We could trade him
was over by
2
now.
second rounders.
Yeah.
One we could have traded for 2 second rounders. The other one we could have traded for 3 third rounders or something like that.
True.
But
it was a bad move.
Free agency.
No argument from me.
It was a bad move because you're looking at 5 or 6 players that you could have that you could have on your squad this year to cherry pick from.
Yeah. I mean, I wanted that Atlanta Falcons wide receiver that year.
Free agency, Ronbo. And we've seen what Washington done with undrafted free agents.
Didn't we?
Last season.
God.
Yeah. What about Khalil Mack and Von Miller?
What about them? They weren't UDFAs.
No, they're not UDFAs, but they're free agents.
Oh, hey, that's right. Khalil was going to retire, and yeah, I didn't know about Von Miller though. Is Miller still? I thought he was tied up with Buffalo. They don't have him under contract.
I don't know if they've signed him yet, but he's
Well, Myles Garrett is putting the thumb screws on Chicago. If Chicago's running around talking about under no circumstances are we going to move Myles Garrett, yeah, I don't know. Myles is talking different, guys. If he doesn't want to play, what are you going to do? Myles Garrett is serious. I mean, now we're hearing loud talk from him. He does not want to be there.
Well, there are teams that are vindictive and say, you don't want to play. No worries, brother. We can afford it. We'll bench you for the rest of the year.
Yeah, I know.
How's that to ruin your career?
The Le'Veon Bell situation in Pittsburgh. Le'Veon thought they were kidding. They made him sit down for 2 damn years. And his career is – and Le'Veon said right now, if I had it to do over again, I wouldn't. Took his whole livelihood. So,
yeah, well, it's happened. Look at Trey Lance.
Yeah, I feel bad for him. You know, he got hurt. He never got a chance to really get in it. But the Cowboys – I don't know what the Cowboys are doing because he got
hurt. He got hurt because Carl killed him.
Yeah, with that play. I just seen a guy run a 4.28 here. Nick, what? My God. Yeah.
Could you imagine, Ronbo?
Fast. Well, go ahead.
Could you imagine Trey Lance's dad bumping into Kyle Shanahan in a toilet somewhere in some club.
They'd have to call the police. That would probably break into a fiasco.
They wouldn't have to call the police because the reason why I said toilet is because there's no cameras in the toilets, Ronbo. So normally when you want to smack someone in the teeth,
you wait till they get in there. Yeah.
At a club, you follow him into the toilet, bang, crack him one. He's in the bottom of the urinal, and you walk out. There's no cameras. No one can prove that you did it.
You're so right. I've been to so many clubs as a kid and growing up that you heard that noise and it come blasting out through the front door like a movie. I said, that's just. You know what's so funny? Because I never thought about the fact that there's no cameras in there, and that's why those scuffles break out in the bathroom. I've been witness to that. You're right, though.
Well,
Kyle cannot meet Trey's father.
Yeah. No, I don't think so. But you got DJ Reed. What's his name? Malcolm Butler.
Yeah.
He's a free agent.
Malcolm Butler? Is Malcolm Butler still in the league? DJ Reed, I got a feeling DJ Reed is almost a shoo-in to be a 49er. I got a feeling Salah's going to go all out to get him.
Well, we need to. I don't know what's going to happen this year, Ronbo.
Yeah, right. Just too early.
I really don't. It's going to be a toss of a coin. If we had those 2 first-round picks that we could play with, I'd be a lot more happier because we could trade up, trade down, trade them for extra picks. But,
Tony,
mate, they have to be on their game this year, Ronbo. They can't afford to waste one pick.
No, that's true.
One. They can't afford to get it wrong.
Well, they did pretty good last year. They got equal last year's job, though. I mean, you're right.
Yeah, the problem is with our team, Kyle, I'll mention his name again, he never puts them on the field. Other teams put the rookies and they give them game time.
Tony, he wants to
2019.
He wants to get some polish.
Yeah, but 2019, Ronbo, we had, 15 rookies on the field. We still made it to the Super Bowl.
I know, but they didn't play. You know what? As a matter of fact, we got Debo. Yeah, there was some pretty good rookies that year. We had Nick.
Yeah.
That was a very exceptional year for rookies, actually.
But no, because Kyle was forced to use him because he's rebuilding the team then.
Right, yeah.
Right?
So yeah.
I don't understand why he doesn't look back in the past and say, well, okay, we'll do. They've got to be looking at him in practice. And
he does. And the thing is, a rule of thumb almost is if you've got a veteran that's doing a good job, you let the kids learn behind him. At some point, if the kid surpasses your starter, like Ronaldo Green did this last season, you go ahead and put him in. So.
Well, Kyle's excuse is, I don't want to destroy his career and put him on too early. Full of shit, Kyle.
Don't you sound just like? I don't know. I will see because Jair Brown played, and I'm not sure about him yet. Jair Brown tends to irritate me. We're going to see this year. Kyle's have to make some decisions. You got to put the best man on the field and get it done. Oh, Tony, I didn't realize we stepped over over our time. Certain guys I can always talk on for all night. Tony, we got to go. And let me. Oh wait, 49 Brian has a message for you. He says, Tony Down Under, he comes from land full of thunder. You got that from the song, Brian. That's not original. Tony, always appreciate you, man. I love you calling me out on Kyle Shannon. That's hilarious. I'm getting called out on it so much now. I'm getting used to it. Jaden comes in and just hangs me by the neck.
I heard you say that, and I thought, you're not going to live this down now.
Because Kyle's messed up sometimes. I can't defend it. I like him because I realize he can run the team, but his brain farts every now and then too often get in the way. Anyway.
Last year, Ronbo, All right, shout out to Evan Ellis, Big Show, Papa Dragon, Frank, and the 49er bastard, resident bastard, 49er Brian, and catch you in the next chapter, bro.
Looking forward to it. Good day, Tony. All right.
Cheers, man.
Yeah. Hey, yo, E.
Ronbo, what's good with you?
I'm looking at the ticker tape, and Will Johnson is still coming to us in 11th, pick number 11. E, the speculations go on. Remember that last year, and I want to remind you of this because I was still traumatized for 2 or 3 years after we picked up Solomon Thomas. In that number 3 pick, we traded down. Mitchell Trubisky went to the Chicago Bears, and we traded down to number 3. Oh, yeah, the 49ers got a plan now. All right, 49ers on the clock, and the 49ers select defensive end, Stanford University, Solomon Thomas. Oh, Lord, please tell me I'm asleep. They did not. And see, this year, we haven't had actually that bad a mistake in a long time. Well, no, we did a couple of times. But, E, do you trust the 49ers in the first round this year? The tight end thing, Tommy came in and blew that up. There's no way in hell the 49ers are going to pick up Warren with pick number 11 with the needs that we have. E?
Yeah, I'm listening.
No,
you think we're going to pick up Warren or?
Sure why. Yeah. But what do you think is going to happen in that first round?
I think we're going to draft backwards or we'll go back down, honestly, and pick up Nolan.
Wait.
We're not going to be able to get Carter.
Wait. We'll draft down and pick up Nolan? Yeah. I like Nolan.
Yeah. Because Carter going to be gone, and Pierce and Green, I think it's too small. I don't really want those 220s on my line.
Yeah.
Yeah, those 220s ain't it. They're fast and all that, you know what I mean? But
you can't deal with an
when
offensive
it gets to running, they're going to get ran over. Yeah. So I'm not big on either of them. Warren should be gone, the tight end. One of the tackle might fall because he has injury problems. The corner might fall because now he has injury. The Michigan corner, he has injury problems, and that other corner is ranking higher than him almost now.
Yeah, you keep an eye on that. Yeah, because these things are going to shift and change. You don't have to be ranked the same today as you were yesterday, right? Yeah, that's good. That's
correct. Correct. So wide receiver, he might be gone. I don't really want him. They started talking about Debo like we do every day.
Everybody's talking about Debo.
I think
people don't even know Debo.
Yeah. Talking about Debo. Like, even like that's why I say we 49er fans and we put down our players so much that we sound like Rams.
I know. You know,
like, I'll be like, yo, you a Rams fan or a 49er fan?
I know. And Debo did so many good things for us. It's so funny because I've been guilty of it to a degree. My problem with Debo is I wouldn't have bothered Debo about some of the other things, but that drop pass versus the Rams, which gave them license to be talking to stuff they're talking now, I can't forgive him for that. That was his play. That's the Debo play. Slant across the middle, ball's waiting for you, grab it, and take that puppy to the house. Debo went through there and dropped it. I said, Debo, what did you just do?
What?
Dropped it.
All right, honestly, I'm a player person because, I thought I used to play football or whatever. Now, when they dropped the interception, that dude, the safety, is that whole game from that interception?
No, isolated plays cannot. It's timing on everything, fam. Yeah. I didn't get mad about that too long. I just wish the ball would stop bouncing up off his chest and straight up in the air. But that sometimes cannot be helped. but still,
Because nobody said we would have got the ball, fumble, interception, whatever. But
there's any number of things.
Once again, we got to play. It was a team thing. I forgot what was going on.
No. Anytime a team loses,
we got to get better as a team.
Yeah.
A team. They're not like CMC. There's a lot of question marks in my mind. I know
that fumble in the Super Bowl.
Great that last
I don't
game.
forget these things, but you love CMC for how well he did that year and got us to that point in the first place. But that fumble in the Super Bowl was uncharacteristic. He was 5 or 6 yards out
in a red zone.
That was very critical.
In a red zone.
We got over that.
Very critical.
Yep.
So like Shanahan messed up on the two. Well, he didn't mess up, but the team messed up on 2 plays where he didn't have no power over, even in the kickoff return. He can't stop that. Like, oh man, well, who told him to be there? Whatever. But
I know that's what Jalen always says. He put him in that position. Okay, I've got no argument on that. I can't say nothing.
So this is I was thinking. Listen, if only person I'm thinking to fall down is Sanders. If Sanders fall down, can we get that quarterback Sanders keep Brock and see what's going on?
Boy, and Daddy Dion will be livid.
Carter can fall.
You know,
why? Because we shouldn't have picked up a quarterback. We should have set
no. Deion Sanders will think if his son's being drafted into a situation, his son is coming to start.
Not really. Like, it depends on the situation, and sometimes his son probably gonna need that year of red shirting.
Well, yeah, unless he got traded to Kansas City. I mean, I don't know.
Oh shit.
Shadur.
You don't want to put that. You don't want to go to Giants. If you go to Giants, you're gonna get beat up. All that stuff. Like Blaine. They did a thing for Blaine Gabbert. Yeah, Blaine Gabbert and Trevor Lawrence and Brock Purdy. Who's better? And Brock Purdy numbers is better than Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence and who else?
Not Blaine Gabbert. I'm sorry. Trevor Lawrence and Brock Purdy. Trevor Lawrence, Brock Purdy.
You know, actually,
but Trevor Lawrence's numbers is so bad.
Yeah, but Trevor Lawrence is probably. You know what's so funny? I always have trouble gauging that. Fam, what kind of measures do you use? Trevor Lawrence is having all kinds of issues, but as I look at him, he looks like the more talented quarterback. But Brock Purdy, in his own way, gets it done. And I don't know what Brock would do if he was.
He's on a better team.
Yeah, but you know, Trevor had some good ball players around him too, though.
Who? Name one.
He had a couple of wide receivers. I know. I can't think of the name. Oh, come on. Hey, I don't know the roster that well. Come on now.
Me either, but like it wasn't there. Like Jacksonville was just. That's why they picked them number 1 because they had a bad team, and all the 4 years after that, they got a bad team. So
not every year. They've been drafted pretty well because Trevor wasn't getting paid any money. They could pick up some players. Chad, help me out. Trevor Lawrence, has he got any wide receivers? Can anybody think of anybody's name? Shane McMahon already says Lawrence is miles above Purdy. You know, the thing about me and Purdy is everybody doesn't fit Shanahan's system. I don't know who'd come in and do better because we always think everybody can do better than whoever we have playing in Shanahan's system. But we've seen a lot of quarterbacks in Shanahan's system. Some of them did fall down.
I was thinking about fire Wilkes. Everybody wanted Wilkes fired until now we got another coach, and then look what happened. Let's fire Wilkes. He don't need to be up in the stands. Our defense is better than this.
You can never – when you start looking for one person to get rid of to fix a whole operation, it's not going to happen. Look, I tell you what, though. You use that. How do you feel about Jake Moody. Oh, but that was going to be crazy. See, because we're saying one person does not – completely determine the final product as far as the football team goes. But Jake Moody,
if he made the extra point, that was almost a Super Bowl win.
Yeah,
he missed the extra point before overtime.
I don't see it.
So
okay, you know what?
It hurts, but
God, I know.
Let's go to John Lynch.
Okay.
Let's go back to John Lynch. Why did he pick Moody? Why did he pick Lance? Lance didn't pick the 49ers. The 49ers picked Lance. Moody didn't pick the 49ers. 49ers picked Moody. And you picked him in the 3rd round. Like, who picks a kicker in any round?
Unless it's the 6th or 7th.
Now
we were scared to death.
Stop like that. So I said,
they did not want to play Robbie Gould. You know, I mean, that was a desperation move. Because Robbie's asking for too much money. His leg was given out, and that was the only thing they had to choose from.
We got to keep on like.
We're having too much good time here, man. I'm telling you, we got to go. I didn't realize we were this far over the clock. Hey, bring that back though, because I love to have the truth hit me in the eye. That's pretty funny. I'm having some wide receivers ready for you on Sunday from Jacksonville.
Please. And I'm gonna have I know we got Abdul Carter and Jason Graham, but both of them Graham gonna be done and Carter gonna be done. So we're gonna need Pierce or somebody else as an end, but I don't even want neither of them. I want a proven player, a free agent. Be good. Well, I didn't know they would cut me off.
Graham ain't gonna be there, but so you
Michael Thomas Jr.
Michael Thomas Jr. It's gotta be somebody.
We gotta go fast.
We need starters.
All right.
Yes, sir. Be good. Niner Nation. Ronbo.
All right.
Okay, Sunday I will try to call back.
I'm looking forward to it. All right. Night, fam.
No doubt. Have my wide receivers ready.
Yeah, I'm telling you, as soon as I get through. Night, fam.
Word. All right.
I'll be right back. Nick, I'm in a worry. 428. Oh, 438. Okay. Is it? Yo, E, get in here, E. Ellis. Yeah.
Okay.
Ellis, man.
I didn't know if you was talking. I know this is another.
I know every now and then I call you.
I don't know if
yeah, well, you know what's so funny? We got another E. You're absolutely right. Was I thinking?
Yeah.
Ellis.
That's one of my many nicknames. You know, EL. You know, I got a few. But I was, hey, we're shaking, family.
Hey, By the way, I meant to tell you too. I did not get around to getting your mail and getting them players. I got a bit tied up with all stuff, but I will get it done. I ain't done with that. All right, just to let you know. Ellis.
Hey, and when you watch them all,
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's exciting because you go, look, we got to get at least one of these 5 or 6 that I sent you. We have to get at least one of them. We could probably get 2 of them. If we were to get rid of, hypothetically, Debo and Brandon Ayuk before the draft, we could definitely get 2 of them boys. You hear me? And I mean, we're looking real good at that point. I got to see these guys now. We can.
Ellis is getting rid of both Debo and BA.
Immediate acquisitions. Look, I'm not tripping at this point. The way that. Go ahead.
No, I just said no. You don't do that. So I know if you saw that and you believe it's got to be close to being right.
In this offense, man, the way that these boys is looking, I cannot. Man, I'm gonna just tell you their names, and I'm just let the chat, everybody in the chat, or
and good because tomorrow they're gonna be up, so we can look for these guys.
So I'm gonna let you guys know ahead of time. Now I just watched Emeka Egbuka, which is wide receiver, one of the wide receivers from Ohio State. He looks really good. He's got really, really good hands and hand-eye coordination. The way that he tracks the ball, I've seen him get a lot of when you watch this video, a lot of his catches were over the shoulder, were like low, were like passes that you would figure would have gotten deflected or would have been, incapable for the receiver to complete. So he's got really, really good hand-eye coordination. I just got turned on to him. But he's from Ohio State. They just won it all. And then they have Jeremiah Smith, who was his teammate at Ohio State. He's a big, tall target. The first guy, he's a little bit smaller. He reminds me of Jackson Smith in Jigba.
really nice, which is a really good comp. You know what I'm saying? Is somebody that we could utilize. Obviously, Savion Williams. Most of us know about Savion Williams from TCU. He played quarterback. They got him getting the ball out of the backfield in a wildcat formation, but he's a wide receiver. Body type to me is like Laviska Shenault, but faster, stronger, faster, stronger, bigger. In my opinion, he looks really good, really good. I'm telling you, when you see these boys, it's going to be exciting. Trey Harris out of Ole Miss, really good possession receiver, big guy, good after the catch, strong hands. I like him. Luther Burden III from Missouri, he's a baller. And Isaiah Bond from Texas. Now, apparently, he's supposed to be running like a Ford sub 4.3 at the combine. So we'll look forward to seeing that.
Look forward to that. Isaiah Bond. Let me make a note of that. Yeah. Okay.
Hey, I'm not playing. When you see, just watch the highlight front to back. You already know these guys automatically should be, at least one or two of them should be on our team when this draft is up. But Isaiah Bond, he reminds me of who was that the Chiefs just got, that wide receiver that we were supposed to get. I'm pretty sure Kyle
starts with a W.
Yeah, him.
Whitworth.
Xavier Worthy. That's J.G. Whitworth.
I got Isaiah
Worthy.
The Isaiah, did you say Isaiah Worthy? Is that what you're talking about now? You said Isaiah Bond the first time.
Isaiah Bond is who I'm talking about, but Xavier Worthy was his teammate, and that's who went to the Chiefs. That's why I was trying to remember his name.
Right.
But Isaiah Bond is really good.
As in James Bond, B-O-N-D, right?
Correct.
Okay.
But I sent you the links, man. Just make sure you check your IG. Anyway,
right.
So where we at for the night?
Yeah, we're looking at. See, Tommy Huxley came in and poured water on the smoking real quick, right? Because everybody's, man, we can pick up Warren in the first round. They've already talked about him in the same sentence with Gronk. Everybody got pumped up. Would you pick a tight end in the first round? He could drop past 11. No, he won't. And of course, first of all, we forgot the needs. And so I start crying about BPA, right? So if there ain't a better offensive lineman or a defensive tackle, our defensive lineman, can we go ahead and get this tight end? Because I'm tired of every year. 49ers have picked up 2 tight ends in the draft, and both of them are pretty much on the edge of being cut before the deadline. I said, I mean, Kyle, John, what do we have to do to get you guys to pick up a decent tight end in the draft? Can you not see? And why'd you pick that guy up? I'm still bothered by who the guy they picked up from Alabama. Oh, he wasn't that good. I thought maybe they saw something we couldn't see with the naked eye, but that's not true. God. Anyway, this guy, Warren, might be real, and he wants to play the 49ers too. 6'6", 250. That's a big target, and likes to block.
Well, yeah. If you look at him. If you're looking for somebody he kind of reminds me his build. He's not. I mean, Dallas Clark wasn't as tall, but he if I comped his body type, it would be like Dallas Clark, which was a really good tight end. You know what I'm saying? When he played at Indy, I believe he played for Penn State. I don't know. I can't remember. It's been a while. Dallas is a bit older, but I'm not really impressed with him when I think about like what I want as somebody to pair with George. This kid Colston Loveland.
See, I looked at him too before people started talking about. I like him out of Michigan. Yeah.
Man, that boy looks mean.
Don't he?
Look, and he can get flexed out at wide receiver. He's a big target. He's strong. He's got really strong hands. But I don't believe he blocks very well. I think that's probably the knock on him. So he'll be a third round pick or something like that. I would just go and wait. We don't need to get.
You think he's gonna drop as low as a third? Maybe though.
I mean, that's what I'm just assuming, third, maybe, early third or something like that. He could be a late second. It depends.
but he is a really good looking tight end. I mean, he's not going in the first round. I'll say that. I don't want us to go get Warren in the first round. That's bullshit. We need to draft. We need to trade. We need to move back a couple of spots, get some extra second, third round, or fourth round picks, or all the above, and then go back up and get a defensive end or a tackle in the first round. Just clean up. There's a lot of depth in the defensive line. We should be leaving this draft with at least 3 or 4 defensive linemen. It could be including undrafted talent. But I'm looking forward to us really cleaning up this draft. If nothing else, at the end of the day, I personally don't really want a tight end, but if we end up getting a tight end, so be it. Just don't let it be in the first 2 rounds. We need to get one of these really good receivers, because none of those guys are going to be around, honestly, in the 3rd round. As far as the names that I called out, I don't think any of those guys are going to be available, if I'm being honest. But, depending on what the 40s are, 2 or 3 of them may go in the first round just because of their 40 times. I don't really care too much about McMillan. I don't think he's the guy that we need. He does look like he's going to be a really good wide receiver, though. He kind of gives me like Mike Evans vibes and stuff like that, but he's not as big as Mike Evans was. But he's still tall, and he's a big target, and he's good at the catch point. But his after catch and his inability to separate, I think, is what's the knock on him. So, but the guys that I sent you, man, like, if we don't get one of those wide receivers, I'm gonna be pissed off. And I think a lot of us we need that. We need that extra target to kind of help out with Ricky and the guys and stuff like that. Like, it's mandatory.
All right.
And JJ. So
we go and I'm gonna look for you Sunday, because it's gonna be interesting that you mentioned wide receivers, because we're gonna see these tomorrow, and Sunday we can go over that real good. All right.
Yeah. So y'all heard all the names, man. Y'all check them out.
I'm bringing the names
see what
back.
y'all think.
Yeah.
Ronbo, check them out, family. I'm telling you, do it tonight. You get your adrenaline up. You might take you a little while to go to sleep, but it's good. It's a good watch.
I like that. Yes.
It's a good watch. I'm telling you. You watch all of them, you're gonna feel hyped tonight.
All right. All right. I will see you Sunday with that report. All right.
That's a bet. Thank you for the platform. Shout out production. Shout out all the family, man. Tony, Tone, Donut, Tanisha, Frank, and the Dragon family, and Casey. Hopefully Casey good. I don't think I've heard Casey in here much. I didn't get a chance to. I've been kind of moving and grooving, so I don't get to hear everybody's calls really. Mm-hmm. But shout out Casey and Brian and Steven and all the family, man. Shout out to chat. Y'all keep it lit. Bang bang.
Yeah, there you go. All right, good to hear from you. All right, night, fam.
All right, family. Yes, sir. Please.
Hey, let's go check out Nigel and see what he has to say. Now that are we all pretty much in agreement now? We're gonna go ahead and give up on that first round pick as a tight end. I feel silly now. I really wish, though, it's like Ellis is saying, though, some of those tight ends could flow over second and third round. There's going to be some real talents picked up. They'll be pissed off at the bottom of the second round, early third. You watch. Drake Jackson, by the way, is not one that should be pissed off. Drake Jackson, they say that knee is not healing. God, poor Drake. Hey, Nigel.
What's up, Ronbo? How you doing?
Nigel, doing all right, man. This time of year, it's kind of exciting. You're seeing the prospects working out, and showing you what they got as far as this goes, as far as the combine goes. You can see they've got skills as far as athleticism goes. And they'll see how that translates on the field. Won't be for a while. But, we're going to find out more later. Yeah. But, you can almost see guys that are probably going to be okay. But what are you thinking? Are you taking anything from the combine so far? Or have you been watching it?
I haven't been paying too much attention. I've got a lot of stuff going on in life. Nothing bad, but just super busy. So I'm a little bit behind. I've been hearing you all talk for the last hour or so, but No, my stance is always the same, Ronbo, and I think I'm pretty consistent about it. It even goes back to when I was talking to you when we had Jimmy, was trying to go for the offensive line. I know that's not like the glamorous, like, oh my God, like great pick, that everybody's always jumping up and down for, but I mean, it's for me, I think you got to protect Brock. I feel like you got to if you have a great offensive line, they're going to make up for a lot of other things. And, Brock we're going to pay him a lot of money and we got to protect him. But, that's just me. So, either way, I'm interested to see what's happening too. What do you think like the percentage is of us trading back or as opposed to actually drafting a player there? And, what do you think, Ronbo?
It's about a 60-40 trading back. And the 49ers have done this to us how many times? Down through the years, the 49ers dropped out from wherever position they were in to go get something else because, for whatever reason. But they 49ers won't hesitate to get more picks. So it's 49ers every year it's 60-40, I would say.
Yeah.
Because I don't know who they target with 11. I just can't figure that out. Are they going to go OT or DT or DE?
Right. Yeah. So do you think for sure it's going to be offensive line? Like, you don't think it'd be the tight end that you all were talking about? Or do you think there's a possibility of that too?
If something, Nigel, the problem is if it's an offensive lineman, he's going to have to be extraordinary. He's going to have to really light the 49ers up because we've heard Kyle and John at the end of every year for a long time. Well, we just didn't see anything in the draft that was any better than what we already have. Kyle, really? But we saw some, and then that season we'll see some guys that did get drafted that did a great job. I said, God, I don't want to hear that again. Yeah, there was, and you picked before them. Tampa Bay was the best example. Tampa Bay picked after us that year, and they got one of the premier offensive tackles in the league. I can't think of his name right now.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Tristan Wirfs.
Yes. Why did you get Tristan? Tristan Wirfs was right there.
Yeah. Yeah, he was really good too. But yeah, so there was a couple of players that were brought up tonight. I think just Alice actually brought one of them up. He's a wide receiver. I know we're not looking for wide receivers in the first round, but just a bunch of them hit Lucas Bird in the third. That dude is like, to me, he's a better version of, only because he can route run and has better hands to me than Debo, but he's like a similar player. That like super stout dude, and he just run people over.
Oh, I like that.
And he went to Mizzou. I actually live in the town that Mizzou is at, so I keep up with Mizzou football all the time. But Brady Cook, also brought up by another player. And now I know we're not looking for a quarterback either, but maybe, I don't know if he's even going to get drafted, to be honest with you. It may be like a 6th, 7th round draft pick for a quarterback, or he might go undrafted. But I think for a backup behind Brock Purdy, for a young player, somebody like Brady from Mizzou would actually be good, because they have a kind of a similar.
Does he look like somebody that Kyle could work with? Because I'm telling you right now, Nigel, the possibility of a 49ers drafting a backup is real high. You know, you're going to have to pay a lot of money to Brock. Now, what's going to be left to pay a backup quarterback? And it's not going to be like a Sam Darnold payday of $10 million. So, could be if he's that good.
Cook might actually go undrafted, Ronbo. So there might be the possibility of something like that. But I've seen him play live, and you know, he's really athletic. He's dual threat. As long as he and of course, like most quarterbacks, if he has talent around him, he can lead the team to be really good. So for somebody like a backup behind Brock, that, you know, people aren't going to just be trying to chant when Brock has a bad game to bring him in. Somebody like that to develop behind Brock would be great too, you know. So
well, no, if he builds a fire into Brock, that's good though. I mean, if he's that good.
But that's true. Yeah, I don't know if he's that good personally. It's hard to tell, you know, like quarterbacks, they can win the freaking Heisman Trophy, and it doesn't translate sometimes to the NFL. So it's hard to tell, but I guess I'm a little biased.
Picks. I'm telling you right now, fam, 2 third-round picks. One of those is going to be a QB.
I would love if they got Brady Cook. That'd be amazing because my son is actually going to his quarterback camp in June, so that'd be like super awesome. We'd love it, but yeah, that'd be cool. I didn't even know that. Is that something that has been kind of floating out there as far as them potentially getting a quarterback in the draft?
Yeah, last year they didn't draft a quarterback because they picked up 2 guys. We hadn't paid Brock yet. The 49ers don't want to allocate any more money for a backup than they have to, I'm pretty sure. So, because you don't want to tie up $60 million in just the quarterback position alone, right? So you'd be best to go find Mordecai's probably going to be but Mordecai doesn't know it, but Mordecai's probably going to be the guy. They're going to draft another one, I would imagine, just to save money, especially second, third round where you don't have to pay first round payment. So, but at the same time, this defense is really loaded this year. And you could defensive backs, defensive tackles, the DEs, these guys, God, Jesus, they got a lot so far. So we'll see.
Yeah, that should be fun. So, I think maybe they should do the same thing like they did with running backs in the third round. It's like they don't even start the running backs anyway. Pick a quarterback, backup. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And
just some running.
And just for bad luck, don't pick up a running back in the third round again, please. No time soon.
Oh, how many times have you busted on us? Like, it's crazy.
When did we pick up Grindo? Yeah. Isaac didn't get picked up until 4th or 5th?
Or 4th.
It wasn't
I don't remember,
third,
to be honest with you.
I don't think. Anyway, Isaac's going to be okay. But the 49ers are looking at running backs tomorrow. We'll see what happens. Nigel, we got to roll. And good to hear from you. I know you're busy. Let's see if you got time Sunday. We'll be back. Looking for you.
For sure. I'm always listening, Ronbo. I got time for your podcast. It's hard for me to call.
All right. I
paying attention to stuff that y'all are saying. So thanks for taking my call. Have a good weekend, and we'll talk to you, man.
Right.
Yep.
Looking forward to it. All right, Nigel. And Michael just got out of surgery, I guess. Hey, Michael, we heard about you.
Yeah.
Michael. What did that feel? By the way, let me remind Shane McMahon. Shane, we don't like bigotry, prejudice, or anything like that. So Tony Wright cannot be what you said he is. Okay, let's leave that alone. You can shoot these guys all you want to with anything, but you got to keep it unpolitical. Okay, this is just a warning. I just don't want you to do that. All right, Michael, go ahead.
Yeah, Nikita. She told you I had 5 teeth out of 7 pulled. Yeah, no, that was emergency. I had to get it done.
Ow!
It was bad.
And Michael, how long ago? How many hours ago did that happen?
I had it done. What's today? Today's Friday, Thursday.
Oh.
Yesterday.
Oh.
Yep. It was an emergency because I was in so much pain. Like I was taking so many heavy drugs, like pills. Like I was in so much pain.
Tony, you know what? Let me knock on wood. I've never had a toothache. I've seen people who had a toothache, and I imagine how bad it must hurt. The mouth is very sensitive. You had five teeth that were giving you pain at the same time?
Either 1 or 2, 5, and there's maybe 1 or 2 more left to get pulled. And then I have to get the flippers. All on the top I'm losing.
Every time the dentist came toward my face with that little mirror that he looks into, and he's tapping around with that little probe, and I was worried about he's going to hit a nerve anytime. I can't imagine.
They had to knock me out because if I wasn't knocked out, I would have a seizure.
God, yeah.
I would have. That's what they were worried about, and also they were worried about if they were going to put me to sleep if I'm going to wake up. Because one time they had trouble waking me up, and when my heart stopped and all that stuff.
Oh, Jesus!
Yep.
So what is this?
I
know we don't want to get into teeth things too much because it sounds terrible. But the thing is, how long have you had this problem?
Let's see. It's 2025. I would say 2016.
Whoa! God, that's a long time to suffer. All right, listen. You got the teeth. The teeth are gone. Yeah. You're going to be fine. Right?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Nikita beat me anyway. Nikita had 8 of them done when she was young. So she outbeat me by 1. I've been watching a little bit of the combine. I've been reading up on some of the football stuff. I told her, Daddy can't do too much, but I'll lay down, look at some football stuff, and see what the 49ers, the Eagles, and I was surprised when they said Matthew Stafford's going back to LA.
I knew he was going to go back. I knew it.
On our news, on our TV, the Giants might be going after Aaron Rodgers. They had a big article in the East Coast that the Giants want Aaron Rodgers.
New York
could have him. He's old.
Yeah,
New York 3-year contract. The Giants.
New York better be glad that they have the Bills, because the Jets and the Giants are an embarrassment. That is just really, this is just year after year of like this. And then they get rid of Saquon Barkley. Now they're really more than an embarrassment. That's just, my God, what did you do?
I call him instead of the Big Apple, I call him the Sour Apple.
Fitting.
Yeah, instead of the Big Apple, I call him the Sour Apple. No, but now, okay, if they get, Rodgers, you know what I think to my friend? You watch. Rodgers goes to the Giants, the coach for the Giants will get fired. Roger will fire him, like he did with our defensive coach. Yeah. You wait. Watch.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yep.
Michael, first round, looking at the combine and just making judgments, we're seeing a lot of good stuff. It appears athletically. And every year we make the same mistake. We look at guys that are just tearing up and getting gold medals in the combine because all this is athletic competition, but it's not football. And did you see anything that makes you think that you favor a defensive tackle, defensive end, or in today's cornerbacks? Tight ends, anything? We were getting all crazy about Warren a little while ago. Tommy Huxley came in and brought us back down.
I understand if the tight end fell in our lap. I wouldn't. There's probably a lot of other big tight ends we could pick up. I wouldn't. I would go after offense or defense. You got to get your line. We could get tight ends later on. Trust me.
Can we?
That's the
Mike, George is 31, about to turn 32 in October.
How about there's a guy from Bowling Green that's supposed to be good? A tight end from Bowling Green supposed to be good.
Really?
Yeah.
Because the red carpet boys, that's true, but still.
Hey, and also with free agency, we don't know who we could find. We might pick up somebody. We got to wait till after free agency because we're definitely going to go after a center.
We might get one guy. The free agency, you automatically have to overpay, right? The 49ers trying to stay away from that.
But the one guy we're going to get, I think it's going to be the center. I think it's going to be the center we're going to get, Ronbo.
Yeah. Or Asante.
Yeah,
because the New Orleans Saints the Saints are so far in the hole, they've got to borrow money to pay their way out of that cap. So Asante Samuel's leaving, if he hasn't already. I think he has. Yeah. Anyway, I think the 49ers are going to target him because we lost Charvarius.
Yes. So if we get him, I guess we get him. I guess we're not going to have enough for the center. We're going to have to find one in the draft or see what we can do. I mean,
you can't win.
What happened to the Michigan center? I know, but what happened to the Michigan center that we had on our practice squad? Is he still there or is he gone?
No, he left a long time ago. Remember? And everybody was mad as hell. I don't know where he is. I forgot. I remember him leaving though.
We got to call him up. We got to call him up. Tell him to come back.
No, he's on another team.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like you said, we got to get offense, we got to get defense, corner. You know what I mean? I like that cornerback from Michigan. That's the guy I like. But the problem is he going to fall in our lap? If not, or we can move up and get you know what I mean? Defense, or
because
we got to get our line protected. If we're paying Purdy the money, we'll give him the bag.
Now, see,
we got to protect him.
That's why priority one should probably OT. Should be. But John Lynch, if he sees a defensive tackle coming in at 11, I don't know what he's going to do.
Like you say, if you give me the bag, Rumble, you got to make sure you protect me. Because if I get hurt,
don't say anything.
I mean, that can make me think twice. Yep.
But you're going to lose Harbaugh. You lost Kinlaw. Who you got out there now? You got some guys you got from other places. One of them didn't work out well for Cleveland. It's a hole. But in the second round, you might be able to get away. The OT should take precedence in the first round.
Yeah, we got to build the line first. I mean, if we can pick up a receiver later on, run it back later if we need to. Quarterback we can always find in free agency and after the draft. There's plenty of quarterbacks we could try out. We're not going to. Is it worth wasting a draft pick on a quarterback or a kicker? Would be a big mistake. Kicker we could pick up in free agency.
Listen, John Lynch.
Biggest mistake in history. That'd be a waste. That'd be a waste of a pick.
No, yeah. We already did that once.
You don't want to waste those picks. You got to keep these. Whatever other drafters we got this year, Ronbo, we got to make sure they're starters and A+. We can't get no failure. We got to draft good. We can't be like, oh, man, we made that one mistake with that kicker. Like they did last year when they picked up that kicker, Moody. That was a big mistake.
Maybe not, Michael. Michael, remember, before he got hurt, he wasn't nearly as bad as he was after. John Lynch went on to say that they're going to keep faith in him. He's not going anywhere. Yeah, he's not going anywhere.
Drafting him too early?
Yeah, well, we don't need to draft him 3, but still.
We could have got the tight end from Oakland. That would have been a nice number. That would have been a nice present.
The Raiders have a good tight end?
We picked that tight end. Yeah, Bowles. But one of the best ones, man. If the 49ers had him, Kittle's retired, we would have had another great tight end.
Is that good? The 49ers never noticed tight ends. They like to wait till the 3rd and 4th round. I think it's a policy.
Where's your glasses? I got to tell Kyle, where's your glasses? You can't see what you're looking at? I would have took that tight end in a heartbeat. Forget about kickers. Kickers you could run out later on in the draft. Bring them in, let them kick.
Absolutely agree with that.
Kickers are one way to pick on that. You could have got that tight end. You would have had Kittle's backup in the future. You would have had a nice starter once Kittle retired. You would have been all set. That would have been one department done. See, 49ers screwed up that one.
Yeah, because we can't seem to draft tight ends. I don't understand. So we're going to find out this year.
Maybe they need something. Well, maybe they need us. Then one of us to go in the draft board and tell him, hey, Kyle, that's what you need to draft. Maybe Robert needs to call Kyle and tell him, yo, Kyle, you need to take, man. A lot of our people says, take this guy. We got to go for him.
Better vote on it. Michael, go ahead, lay back, relax. I know you got painkillers like crazy. They must keep you drowsy. I'm gonna say, Sunday I'll be back looking for you. Thank you for getting in here, Brian. I mean, Michael, because in your pain right now that you still got it called in, we're delighted. Thanks, fam.
No, I told I was on cloud 9 before. I couldn't I was looking like going crazy. Like, whoa, I was putting on the wrong jacket. I was putting on a Boston Bruins jacket, not the 49ers jacket. Like, oh, the hell. I think I found out my 49ers jacket. I was so out of it. I think I thought I put it out, and it was thrown in the garbage. Like, oh, hell. I was so out of it.
As long as you don't have a Rams cap laying around the house and slap that on your head, you're okay.
I would have Rudy's toilet paper coming up in 2025, everybody. They're going to have Rudy's.
You got that. Everybody's got a roll of that. Okay. Listen, we're going to see you Sunday.
All right, buddy. After you run, go Sunday. Everyone, you say hello, buddy.
All right, fam. You take care. You be okay. See you Sunday. All right.
Yeah, well, you guys.
Tony ATL, come on in, Tony. When he comes,
Ronbo, did you hear about Stafford?
Yeah.
He restructured his contract.
Everybody, and you hear any details about that restructure?
No details. Just that he's staying in Inglewood, because I never say LA. It's Inglewood.
No, that's what he does.
Restructured his contract.
Every time Rudy, Santa Clara, boy, no respect, Inglewood. Hey, here's the thing. I knew he wasn't going anywhere. Where's he going to go? He's going to go anywhere. They're not going to pay him $50 million, and he's going to have to go to somebody who really desperately needs a quarterback. Does he really want to go through that? And so I knew he was just talking. I don't know how Kelly has been working, Matt. But if he got home, well, I'm going to stay. What? Are you serious, Kelly? I don't want to hear it. They're not treating you fairly. They're getting rid of a Cooper, and you're telling me we're staying? No. So we'll see.
And they signed one of their guards too.
Did they?
Signed him to a 3-year, $57 million deal. I think $30 million of it is guaranteed.
Yeah, I know. I knew they were going to have to pay one guy. They got rid of one, or they're going to let one walk and they signed another, I guess. Or they're going to try to keep them both.
Yeah. I'm watching the combine as we speak, Ronbo.
Yeah, I was watching it.
So I can see some of these young kids.
And, man, they can run this year, Tony.
That cornerback from Michigan, Bucky Brooks has you guys taking him. I like him, too, that cornerback in Michigan. He's got nice size at 205, too.
Will Johnson.
Yeah.
If he's at 11, if he's still around, the 49ers do want a cornerback too, because they'd rather not have to go get Asante Samuel. I don't think if they can avoid it, because Asante's going to command a certain amount of money. But if you can get Will Johnson and he turns out to be all right, it's a risk, Because if he doesn't turn out right, you might have a little problem there. But still, they need to get a cornerback.
He's physical. I've seen him in Michigan. So you guys basically, I heard you saying earlier in your live stream tonight, the highest player on your board. So between offensive tackle, defensive end, and corner, who's ever the best one on the board is what y'all probably will take at 11.
Who would be on the big board as an OT? You know, Tony, you're right. If Will Johnson rolls around at 11 and everybody else they had, because I don't think these guys deviate too much from who they pick on their big board because they went through too much trouble and effort to make that choice. It's not like they're going to switch midstream. I'll say, well, let's go get what's his name. They've already got their plan. And like you're saying, they got 3 or 4 options. Whoever falls to 11 is who they're going to. And we're going to be hemming and hawing, crying and screaming like we always do. Oh, Kyle, John, offensive line, man. You know, we do this every year. And John and
See,
Kyle,
Ronbo, the good thing is free agency is in a couple of weeks. The free agency period is before the draft, so y'all might eliminate one of those 2 spots by getting a free agent like a Myles Garrett by any chance.
Myles is not a free agent, though. Myles is up for trade. Which
Cleveland
swears they're not. Arnold Spears says Will Johnson plays like Patrick Surtain. Okay, I'm done. If that's true, Arnold, thank you. Here's the thing. Myles has got to be traded for, but the owner says there's no way in hell you'd have to pry him away from me out of his dead, cold hands. I'm saying, man, Myles says he is leaving one way or the other, apparently. So he ain't staying.
Yeah, because he'll sit out. He's a guy of character and principles. Yeah. Myles will sit out, man.
Yeah, he probably would.
So they've been, better come to some type of understanding.
And Myles is probably, you know how he wanted to be a Dallas Cowboy. Remember that year he got drafted? And Myles put videos and everything out there on social media talking about how he wanted to be a Dallas Cowboy all his life because he grew up in Texas and they got good. And Myles
grew up in Texas, went to Texas A&M. Yep, I remember that.
And loves Mexican food, and best Mexican food in America is in Texas, which I'd like to argue that, but still, he wants to stay in Texas. I bet he's been calling up Jerry Jones.
He hired his chef that moved up to Cleveland was from Texas. Remember he hired his chef?
I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, but we're in the dilemma
Latino,
Yeah, we're in the dilemma too because Mike Hughes, the former first-round pick from Minnesota, he played well as our number 2 corner opposite A.J. Terrell, so he's a free agent. Our number 3 corner, D. Alford, who kind of had a not-so-good year, he's a restricted free agent. But we got Clark Phillips, the kid we drafted out of Utah. Last year, he was the Pac-12 Defensive Player of the Year before. He can move into that nickel slot, so I would let the offer just go and let him test the waters. Now, are we going to sign Mike Hughes, or are we going to let Mike Hughes test the waters and go after that Will Johnson kid? That's what I'm wondering.
Tony, how do you balance the books as far as the I've always wondered, when you see these enormous numbers of teams that are above the cap, how do you fix that?
I don't know, but that's you got your GMs for some teams cheat on the books like the Rams. 2021 getting all these.
Ain't that the truth?
Some teams cheat.
They had all them. I mean, there was nothing but Pro Bowlers up and down the lineup. How do you afford all that? And then one guy says, "Well, it's not that difficult, Ronbo. You just shuttle in, shuttle out."
Just for the year out there.
I know, right? See, that's why the mercenary teams will take you 10 years to come out of that hole. And then you got 10 years to try to get better.
Ronbo, just like we were talking about, the offensive and defensive lines in this draft are deep. Offensive and defensive lines.
I know. I seen them yesterday, boy. I said defensive. I haven't seen the offensive line yet. But them defense, man, they got some really sharp-looking dudes.
Like you said, Ronbo, you ain't got to get them in the first round. It's going to be some good ones waiting on you in the second, third, and fourth round.
Yeah.
They're going to be there.
I'm thinking so.
Oh, but you know what, Ronbo? The Rams don't have a second-round pick.
I wonder why. F them picks. Why don't they have a second-round pick this year, though?
Bad management. You know how they mismanage stuff.
I didn't even know about that. Yeah, the Rams, they're a gambling team. I don't, it's because Tony, I remember that first year
Geno
when the Rams
Smith still
came
under
in.
contract in Seattle? Because I've been hearing stuff.
Yeah, Eric told us the Hawks are probably looking to replace him with a quarterback. They're going to draft one for sure.
There's not much to draft as far as drafting quarterbacks.
No, right? So I was telling Eric, what are you looking at?
Eric's
looking at this. Eric was talking about a quarterback from Ole Miss. Oh, by the way, Harold says.
Oh, yeah. I forgot that kid's name. I know you.
Oh, you know who he's talking about? He said 49ers need big linemen. Tony, did you have watched that yesterday, right? The draft? Yes. I mean, the combine. Did you see all them 300-pound linemen that can move like cats?
Yes, sir.
I said to myself, how in the hell? He weighs as much an offensive lineman, and some of them seem a little heavier. There was a kid out there at 325. I said, how you going to block him? I said, now, I guess the offensive lineman we'll see tomorrow because everything evolves together. If the defensive lineman are around 300 pounds, that means your average offensive lineman coming out of school now is about 325 or 330. Because we don't have anybody on our offensive line. Trent Williams is going to have his hands full with what I've seen from that defensive line of rookies coming in this year. Tackles and edges, big edges, moving fast. Oh, my God.
Get around that corner, yes, sir.
Yes, bend and everything, but got all that
a lot
size.
Of talent. You know what? I would take a chance on that Josh Simmons. I like him. He's the one that tore his ACL. He would have been a top 10 pick out of Ohio State. He's the tackle. He's coming back. I would take a chance on him if he's available in the second round.
When you say tackle, offense or defense?
Offense.
Offensive, yeah. Yeah, man. But it's not all about size, Tony. You know, we both know technique has a lot to do with it. Some guys that are smaller can turn a big dude around like that sideways so that running back can get right past him. So, but these guys, I say, they're athletic and big. Oh, my God. Ooh-wee.
Yeah, man. And that corner, that Maxwell Harrison out of Kentucky, he boosted his stock. He was they have him as a second-round grade, 43rd best player pick. He might boost himself up to the first round, running at 4.28 today.
Oh yeah, the one with that's that African, right?
Yep, 4.28.
I seen that in disbelief. It was tight form, all the way for 40 yards. You know, usually that kind of guy, he looks smooth and fluid. He looked tight, and he was moving at incredible speed. It's a lot of muscle involved in that, too. I think he works out because a lot of guys are naturally gifted with that kind of speed, but this guy was probably has natural speed, but he found a way to enhance it. Because I'm saying, damn, he's tight. And then the clock, whoa, he broke 4.3. Oh, Jesus.
Ronbo, you guys are looking for a backup quarterback, too, aren't you?
Probably, because they can't afford to go out and get a free agent quarterback that's worth a damn. They might as well go to the draft.
A lot of them out there. Some of our fans, they was talking about taking a famous Jameis Winston. I'm like, oh, hell no. The Penix get hurt. Now, Winston got a strong arm. You and I both know that. But he likes to throw the picks. He forces the ball. No.
Tony, I'm so over that thing about, got a strong arm. Look, man, you know how many quarterbacks in the NFL got a strong arm and ain't worth a damn? I'm sorry. I need a quarterback he's got to be able to find the right receivers. He's got to have timing. He's got to be able to process. Yes. I don't care if he can throw the ball out the park. If he can't do all those other things, all that power ain't going to make a damn bit of difference. I need a quarterback and get it there. Joe Montana's the greatest example in football history of not having a shotgun, but will tear you apart. That's what's more important to me.
But there's film of Joe throwing deep, going back.
He did on occasion.
Before Jerry Rice, Freddie Solomon going deep. I remember in the championship game against Washington.
Yeah,
down the middle.
He wasn't doing that all day.
Green, of course.
You're right. He wasn't doing that all day, but Joe, he could load up. But you know, some quarterbacks like Josh Allen, every throw, there's a P. And it came down. It's a touchdown. Oh man, you know that's okay. I told you we stepped over our time.
Like Matthew Stafford, he got a cannon of arm.
Oh.
He likes to force the ball.
You see, they get overconfident. Tony, we got to go.
Overconfident.
And I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to look forward, as I always do, coming up Sunday.
Yeah, Ronbo, and like we said, and my friend said this isn't a good draft overall, but for offensive and defensive linemen it is.
And linebackers look pretty decent too. From what I can see from their physicality. We'll see what they look like as it translates a little later on, though.
And Ronbo, talk to your people. Get Dre Greenlaw signed. Get him signed.
Robert Sala's over his house right now, or taking him out to dinner. He ain't getting away. Sal's serious. All right, Tony. I'll see you Sunday.
Oh, and I will talk Sunday, but I've also been hearing about the Falcons maybe possibly signing Jimmy G as the backup. I just heard that today.
All right, Tony.
I'll see you, sir.
Looking forward to it. All right. Oh, God. I got to tell you, though, and fam, don't get mad at me, but I still got a place right here for Jimmy G. You know, it was killing me to see him in L.A. If he signs with the Falcons or anybody else, I'm fine. Do not sign with the friggin'. And we did the Raiders, I was automatically pissed off, too. But the Rams made me, I threw up in my mouth as soon as I heard that. I said, oh, shit. God. So, whatever, Joe, Jimmy, you're still my dude, man. I loved it, all right? Bad things happen, but, you know, we were trashed before you came, and all of a sudden when you came, it lit up and filled up them seats like in a hurry. So good luck to you, my dude. Hey, fam, let me see you Sunday and get back here and see what's going on in the combine and anything else John Lynch wants to say, because it seems like he's got something to light things up every day now. Please, don't forget to subscribe before you go so I can see you Sunday. Hit the likes. I like likes. I really do. Niner! Oh, did I thank you for the contributions, fam? Always appreciate it. What was that? A Niner!